Hey, what's up, everybody? 5 minutes late, but this wouldn't be my channel if I was on time, so whatever. I'm I actually don't even remember my nickname because I know this is a different show now, so I gotta fucking look at the chat. I'm the bird guy, right?
Yeah. What the hell am I? Oh, yeah, I know what I am now.
It's a good thing for technology. So where the fuck are the nicknames? Okay, here they are.
If they're under nicknames, Owen.
I'm the bird guy, and you're Big Daddy Cool.
Big Daddy, cool, not Dad. No,
Oh, yeah, it's
I have
big.
no fucking clue what I am
You're Big Daddy Cool. This is gonna take some adjusting, but
because we never had nicknames before. What you did?
well, we had nicknames, but so pretty much, I'm just gonna make the announcement: the aftershock corner is dead.
It's pretty
So
much dead for the
pretty
most
much,
part. It's never coming back.
pretty much, this was supposed to have happened like 4 weeks later, but that we were gonna make that announcement. Well, it wasn't gonna. I don't know if it was really gonna be dead. It was just gonna be on a hiatus. Now it's
Yeah.
dead.
Now it's legitimately dead.
But it's been murdered.
Like, as in trouble, dead.
Yeah. We pretty
As
much
in as in
higher management has decided to take the aftershock corner and murder it.
as in the place of education that we go to, their security staff said this is it.
Well, I mean, they didn't. We said this is it. They just kind of enforced that it was it.
They basically were like, yeah, you can't do it on campus anymore without permission,
Even though we
which
never.
would have been nice because like we could have gotten that like years ago.
I mean, I
We've been
guess
doing
technically
that
we
for a
could
long
still
time
do it, but
now.
now what? We're not going to get permission after a certain situation that happened
Oh
Friday.
yeah,
So.
I'm gonna try not to mention him by name, but like because he might watch it.
Yeah.
But that's certain someone completely fucked us over.
Yes. I actually uh I I'm we're already gonna get in trouble anyways because just by saying what we just said, he's gonna yell at us. So why not? I watched the
I
walk.
don't think he's in the chat anymore though.
Yeah, but he's gonna see this. He'll probably see this video.
He has like, oh yeah, yeah, that's
So we
true.
already we're already in, so and I already took this shot anyway. So there's a scene in The Walking Dead where somebody got murdered and they were like really fat. So the whole joke was that now that they don't have to, their big mouth isn't going to get them into trouble anymore. So then in my review of The Walking Dead, I said, because this was like the day after this happened, I said, yeah, I know how that, I know how, I, now I know, I completely agree with the guy that murdered that person. So, because obviously,
Exactly. Because that happened to us.
yeah, if only we had Negan on Friday, you know?
I yeah, that really pissed me off. What happened?
I didn't even I don't know if you saw, but my channel went a little bit, this channel anyways, went a little bit of a hiatus after that. So
Yeah, I noticed you were posting, so I was like,
I
okay,
jumped to the,
I know why. I know the
I
reason
jumped to
why.
the, I jumped to the other channel, that day, even though I only made like one video on it, but there you go.
You get your one video, like it.
So yeah, pretty much we're going to be talking about, hey, this is a yearly tradition though. Every time we try to review WrestleMania, it takes us more than one try. So
Yep.
what's gonna
In a video you didn't see, there was almost an attempted murder. So
and now we just lost a WrestleMania 34. We lost a show. So
ended a show in almost a was a borderline domestic violence call
yes, um,
because a certain someone was like loud times 1,000.
they should know who it is if they've seen the channel. So
Yeah, I
um,
mean we were right next to the tech place.
Yes.
I guess to him that means no one's around us, so you can yell as loud as you want.
I knew we should have stayed. I knew we should have stayed in the other. We should have stayed in the other one, but because at least if we had gotten caught then, I think that person would have just like came and yelled at us. So
She would have threatened us again.
I would have rather that than lose a show.
Don't make me come back here again. I love that one.
Yeah. But anyhow, now this is the wrestling rundown. This is going to be our new show. We're going to do every week. It's probably
Days might vary though.
Huh?
Days might vary.
Yeah, the plan is for Thursdays, but obviously that's going to change.
John can't do all Thursdays because of work, and I don't know. Steve was kind of non-commitmental to it at the moment.
Basically, we're trying because we didn't have any time to prepare when to do this because this happened last. It was supposed to have been better planned for like 4 weeks, but then it like happened like last minute. So
exactly.
Because this was gonna be our off aftershock corner show, but now it's our permanent platform of a show.
It's a permanent platform because we don't have the other show anymore.
It's gone. It's like dead.
It's done. It's finished. It's
dead.
Yeah.
What we're here to talk about, though, we could spend like hours talking about that situation. So.
Oh yeah, that's for a whole nother day.
We spent like 3 days already, so.
I know, yeah.
And I don't know if that person's watching or not because it's too
radio silence.
Well, you want to do a moment of silence for the aftershock corner?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do like 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes.
10 minutes worth of silence.
No, then we'll do 10 seconds. That's about 10. I think that's about 10 seconds. I didn't keep.
That's not 10 minutes yet.
It said 10 seconds. It's a botch, okay? Except. All right, but yeah, we're here to talk about so everything we were gonna talk about Friday, we're talking about today. We're gonna talk about Hall of Fame from Friday, NXT Takeover not Philadelphia. That was last year. That was earlier this year. NXT Takeover New Orleans. Unless you want to talk about NXT Takeover Philadelphia, we can talk about a show that happened 2 months ago. So
we could.
That's a different show though. We're gonna talk about WrestleMania 34, and this time we'll actually be able to do it right.
We won't cut each other off either.
Yeah, we can't really do that on here because it leads to a lot of technical problems. So. We're going to talk about Raw from this week, SmackDown from this week, and we're going to talk about NXT from this week. We're going to probably talk about NXT from this week first because it happened the same night as NXT TakeOver New Orleans. It just happened.
Yeah.
It was at the dark matches of NXT TakeOver New Orleans. So, and then 205.
Why I can't get into NXT.
Huh?
That's one of the main reasons why I can't get into NXT.
I don't get
it's taped like so far in advance.
It's like at least it's better than at least NXT. At least like it doesn't film shows though like 3 months in advance, and then they have to wait.
That's also very true.
Because these
pay-per-views are more entertaining though.
Yes.
NXT.
But yeah, I guess we'll start off with the Hall of Fame. I'm not going to review the red carpet because that's what the live reactions are for, and I didn't really write down who got interviewed, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's really kind of like, we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's, I don't even remember, like, every,
there's a few people that got spotlighted.
Yeah. I was surprised, not a lot of people got interviewed this year as much as previous years, I would just say that. It was kind of
strange. Only like, for the most part, it was like a half an hour.
I don't think the red carpet's really needed. It's pointless.
It's just to show who's there and what they're wearing, pretty much. So
yes.
Like red carpet's usually for.
Yeah, but I don't know. The red carpet though was entertaining. You can't really give it an up or a down. So, and it's the one night, and Maria Menounos got a much better reaction because than she did at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, because she didn't suck. Because she's actually good in this role.
Plus, too, I think a lot of fans are just filing into the arena too. So that's probably why too.
So I was watching the USA Network before Raw, and they had the Hall of Fame on, and they cut it down to a fucking hour.
Yeah,
It was like, I was like, how can you fit all these speeches into a fucking hour?
exactly. Yeah, I'm
They cut
assuming.
like Goldberg's entrance in to nothing, pretty much.
Yeah,
That
I
took a
know,
long
yeah.
time. A lot of the entrances really didn't show.
But then the Hall of Fame itself, we had the host Jerry the King Lawler. I think he hosted every year or so.
Yes, he does. And he recently had a stroke.
Yeah, so that was
Do you
that
know
was
the reason
interesting.
why?
Huh?
Do you know the reason why?
No.
He was having sex.
That's interesting.
He said it during his podcast. Him and his fiance were having sex, and he had a stroke during sex.
I see. So that's maybe no more sex for Jerry the King Lawler for a while.
I didn't even know that thing still worked.
Or what?
His ding dong.
Yeah. But anyhow, so I guess I want to say thoughts go out to Jerry the King Lawler, even though it's the strangest reason to have a stroke. Um, but then we had the Hall of Fame ceremony itself. We started off with the Dudley Boys, who were inducted by Edge and Christian, and Edge and Christian were really funny in the speech. They Christian kept acted like he was inducted himself into the Hall of Fame, like it was his Hall of Fame induction, and Edge is like, no, that's not your Hall of Fame. It's the Dudley Boys Hall of Fame induction.
Shit all over him.
I thought it was hilarious, and I think they did like a segment too, like a photo right afterwards where they took a picture of like all the Hall of Fame inductees with like Edge and the Dudley Boys, and like probably the Hardy Boys because they're going to get inducted, and like Christian's like nowhere to be found. They did him. They even did a meme, not a meme, but no, yeah, a meme. Later on where they talked about how another partner for Edge and Christian's going to get inducted, and instead of Christian, it was Gangrel. That was great.
I saw that one. That was funny.
But they also talked.
Hall, though.
They also talked about. They pretty much put over the Dudley Boys. Talked about their history together, and they pretty much talked about the history of the Dudley Boys. And then the Dudley Boys came out. I would say that if you had to ask me, the Dudley Boys probably had the best speech of the whole night.
Oh yeah.
Bubba Ray Dudley. When Diva went to speak, Bubba Ray Dudley said, "No, you only get to say 2 words. Oh, testify." And then Devon Dudley kept putting up the fact that he's like a backstage producer now. So he's like, I get to call the shots around here now. And Devon Dudley talked about all of his moments he had in his career. He even tried to bring up Reverend Devon, and Bubba Ray Dudley wasn't having any of that. So
nope.
They even talked about Mae Young, about how Mae Young really put them over. They talked about how when Devon did the headbutt to did the what's up headbutt, the Dudley Boys were very easy about it at first, and then Mae Young told the Dudley Boys, "Give me all you got," and pretty much that's how they were put over. They even brought up the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian to talk about the epic technically 2 TOC matches, because I know one of them really wasn't a TOC match. It was like a triangle ladder match.
Yeah, it was a triangle ladder match at WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. So, and
their speech was fantastic.
They even talked about I'm trying to remember what else they talked about. Bubba Ray Dudley pointed out Velvet Sky in the crowd, which was a huge moment since she used to work for TNA, so that was pretty interesting.
Devon also called himself a handsome black man and proceeded to pose in front of the crowd, which was hysterical. And he talked about how he looks like Hulk Hogan. that was so funny. That has me thinking that Hulk's gonna come back now.
I know, right? I thought he would come back on.
Referenced him. Yeah.
There's one more thing I think they talked about that I want to say before we get to like how the speech ended. There might have been something else. I think it was they talked about the ECW days. They talked about I think that was pretty much it. They didn't really go into anything like really big. But then I think didn't Devon Dudley too went up I'm trying to think of his name. The guy that like The guy that got inducted in 2014 and kept talking about his mama.
Oh, Mr. T.
Yeah.
They also mentioned Tommy Dreamer a bunch of times too because they're really close.
Yeah, and how they kind of like joked around how he's fat and out of shape now.
He was actually there in attendance too.
Yeah,
because it's been like a long time since he's like, well, he came back in like 2016, but like in like a limited capacity. It was like those 2 matches that he had.
And then the
But
stranger
like this is like that was pretty cool to see him.
and then the stranger thing is he's going to be working the T. Well, no, it's not called that anymore. It's like the Impact. He's going to be working that Impact pay-per-view too, which is strange. So
it's just very odd. I'd like to see him come back. I mean, he's still pretty good in the ring too.
Yeah,
he's still pretty solid.
And then they went to so then the Dudley Boys got cut off, and I thought this was like legit, but they apparently it was planned. And one of the stage crew tells them that they gotta wrap it up, and then the Dudley Boys get pissed, and Bubba Ray says, "Devon, get the tables," and then Devon Dudley got the table, and they hit the double power bomb through the table onto the stagehand guy, and that was the end of the segment. I thought they were gonna do the 3D, but I
thought so too.
I guess they couldn't do the 3D because of the stage that they were on and stuff. So, if I had to give this Hall of Fame speech, definitely gets a massive up. So, what about you? What did you think about it overall? Did I cover everything pretty much?
You covered everything for the most part, but the one I'm gonna like every one of these things, like the speeches they mentioned, I'm gonna give one complaint. It's that the speeches were too long. The whole show was 4 hours and 20 minutes long. That's way too long. But like Edge and Christian won about 10 minutes, and Devon and Bubba won about a half hour. Like that's, I mean, do they really need like 35, 40 minutes to talk about their careers?
Like, I guess not.
Like, it's just like it seems like it's too long. But I get like that's my only complaint is the fact that the speeches went on too long. But like overall, it was a great show.
I feel like I guess I could give. I feel like this is why the Hall of Fame should go back to Saturday because then it kind of breaks up the weekend. Like you could have NXT Friday and then Hall of Fame Saturday with no wrestling, and then you could have WrestleMania Sunday.
Yeah, because they used to do that before NXT.
Yeah,
like Friday was like part of their like access weekend.
Yeah,
and then Saturday was the Hall of Fame, and then Sunday was Mania. Instead, now you get NXT, 2 NXTs on Saturday, the taping and Takeover, and then 3 pre-show matches, and then like 7 or 8 matches on the actual card.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like wrestling that goes on there that weekend.
But I guess like the only issue though if you did that this year now though is that the Hall of Fame probably wouldn't sell out as well because of ROH Supercard. So maybe that's what
they probably wanted to go up against Supercard.
Yeah.
And I think they outdrew Supercard this year.
I know they outdrew UFC.
Because they we'll get to take over, but
yeah,
it was fantastic.
We'll get to that, but yeah, overall this speech wasn't up. And then we had Hillbilly Jim's speech. He was inducted by the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. You want to go over that? His speech?
I thought his speech was it was decent. It definitely went on a bit too long because he definitely rambled a lot of times.
Yeah, he definitely did.
But it was still a good speech. He talked about Andre and their drinking habits, how he got his first like really huge paycheck from WWE, and immediately went and called his mother.
Yep.
That's all I really remember from that speech. It wasn't really like a really memorable speech. It definitely dragged on a long time.
His main point of his speech was what he wanted us to take from it was to just take any opportunity that you get. Because
he definitely looked fucked up though during that speech.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, he's definitely on something here.
And obviously, we found out that he doesn't have a computer or a cell phone. So,
it's the Stone Ages.
Yeah. And I guess the one down is that they didn't play his actual like theme song. They played like some generic country
Yeah,
theme
Dirk
song.
Metsom with a country boy.
Yeah.
That's like the iconic thing for Hillbilly Jim, and they gave him some like generic like folks like a country song.
I even liked Jimmy Hart's speech too. How he really put him over and he did it very quickly. So that was
He
nice.
did, yeah. It was good to see Jimmy Hart. I haven't seen Jimmy Hart in a long time either.
Yeah, I think the last time I remember seeing him was Legend House or something.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely Legends House because he hasn't been like inducting many wrestlers recently.
Yeah, and that's also another thing he talked about. He talked about Hillbilly Jim talked about Legends House for like 5 seconds, if that.
That was a great show. That was one of my favorites on the network when I
I
first
loved
got
it.
it.
I wish it had come out after. I mean, I guess we would after the network had like originally aired because it was like
Yeah.
and like a different day too. Because I remember that I would always like you would always have to watch like that, then like NXT, and then I always have to watch TNA the next day. So it was tough to. So I think I would have enjoyed the show a lot more if NXT and TNA were on like the same time frame as that. I remember.
Yeah, I watched it like afterwards.
Yeah,
It's like all the episodes had gone on. And I was like, I might as well watch it, see what it's like.
it would
Really
have been.
liked it.
It would have been better if NXT had been on Wednesdays and that was Thursdays instead. But
Yeah.
because I remember they had to push the show like back for like NXT, like the first NXT Takeover show too. So, but anyhow, then we had the next inductee was Ivory, and she was inducted by Molly Holly, which I didn't even remember. Pretty much I didn't really even remember who was inducting Ivory. That shows you how much that Hall of Fame inductee meant to me. So
I know, yeah. I didn't even know who it was until like she came out.
yeah, but
like, I even said this about Ivory like when we did that other show.
Yeah.
The dead one. That I mean, I could be wrong, but like I didn't think Ivory was that good. I just thought she was like average at best.
She's definitely
like in an era where there was just a lot of tits and ass, and she was like average, like an average wrestler at best.
She definitely didn't deserve to go in before China. I'll just say that. So
yeah,
China.
I mean, her speech definitely was like carried on too long too. Also,
yeah, she just pretty much said how this speech is like her wedding ceremony because she's never.
It was awful. It was terrible. I did not like her speech at all. I was watching it and I'm like, okay, this should have been over like fucking 10 minutes ago.
I can kind of see why she didn't get married originally too. She goes on and on and on.
It's fucking insane. And it's like every speech like went like a minimum of like 20 minutes.
And then obviously too, we got to talk about when she was going through like the list of women that influenced her. You probably should have left Fabulous Moolah out of it.
When she said that, I was like, oh shit, that's someone who you should not have mentioned.
Especially after the most recent controversy that just happened.
Oh yeah. It's not like people aren't dumb.
Yeah.
Like they'll go online and they'll find it.
But I'm just saying, like, no matter I guess what time, but how did you not know that like they just literally had a situation where they had to change a battle royal after that? So
I know, yeah, the battle, yeah, it became the uterus trophy.
Yeah, and then other things that she talked about was she talked about how she took that big road trip because of the whole 9/11 stuff that happened with Lillian Garcia and Molly Holly, who Lillian Garcia was there too because she came out and announced.
Yeah.
Ivory, I forgot her name for a second there. I almost said Molly Holly.
Yeah, Molly Holly comes out and introduces herself into the Hall of Fame.
Kristen tried it. Why couldn't she? So, and then what else did she talk about? I think she did this thing where she was getting too edgy, so they did the joke where they played the Right to Censor's Siren theme song, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was the best part of her fucking speech.
I wish
I popped for that so fucking hard.
I wish Stephen Richards, or since he was there, the good father would have come out.
Oh yeah, it should have been Steven Richards though,
Yeah, definitely.
because he was like he started it and he was like the prudest of them all.
Yeah. So yeah, that was her speech. She didn't have the worst speech, but out of the inductees, she had the worst speech
Oh
probably.
yeah,
Then next, I think was Kid Rock. Got it right this time.
Kid Cash.
Which now is gone forever. So
I thought his speech was like up and down.
we
Like
forgot that he was inducted by Triple H.
they he first of all they told him, and then he reverberated on stage that do not talk about politics, and he proceeds to talk about politics. I was like, okay. He talked about body slamming Democrats, and he got booed, and I started laughing hysterically. And what else did he? Oh, he brought up the fact that he, has a lifelong relationship with WWE, that he's a huge fan, and he made a tribute to Joey C, who was a huge wrestling fan, and they were actually backstage at Raw's War in like 2000.
Yeah.
And Joey C got put into a trash can because he was like a little tiny little guy.
Yeah.
And he ended up passing away like a year or two after that. It was like, I think he passed away in like 01 or 02 or something like that.
Yeah.
But he basically, that was like it was basically like his award basically, instead of Kid Rock's award. But I think that's pretty much. You mentioned the American Badass too, also.
Which left a lot of people in speculation, which we'll get to that.
He also wasn't at WrestleMania, which pretty much, I mean, put that to rest.
Yeah.
For the reason why they didn't do it. But we'll get to it, but I'm not gonna say it yet. But that's pretty much it. The cliff notes of that.
His speech, he probably had the shortest speech of the whole night. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then we had Jeff Jarrett. He got inducted by Road Dogg. Did he get booed? Because I was wondering if he was going to get booed because of him being the head writer of SmackDown and everyone fired.
No, he actually got a big pop,
which is kind of fun. I guess they didn't want to boo him at a Hall of Fame though. You can't really boo somebody like that at a Hall of Fame. The only one that got booed, I think, the most the whole night was Roman Reigns, and he wasn't even like really part of the ceremony. So
I know they just kept roasting him.
But Road Dogg talked about like how Jeff Jarrett got him his start in the wrestling business, and how much Jeff Jarrett spent to the wrestling business. And then Jeff Jarrett comes out. He didn't mention TNA by name, but he did mention how him and his father got into a dispute over selling the TNA to the Carters. He didn't mention them by name, but
there was a right when he sold it, there was a bit of a family turmoil. It was good. It was good to see Jerry Jarrett there, though.
Yeah, definitely.
But there was a lot of family turmoil. Him and his dad did not speak for a very, very, very long time.
Yes.
It was right after he sold it in I think it was 2003, all the way to like 2015. It's a long fucking time to not speak to your dad. It's a long, long time. That's how bitter Jerry Jarrett was towards his son. But they made up, and everything's great now with them.
He talked about some of his favorite matches to have against certain competitors. And then he talked about Owen Hart. I think that was the biggest speech. He talked about how Owen Hart was like one of the nicest guys you've ever met in the wrestling business. And
definitely.
How he was like,
big prankster.
Yeah.
But one of the kindest, nicest people on planet Earth.
They talked about a match they did with them versus Edge and Christian, and how Edge was like punching, I think it was Jeff or Owen in the ropes, and they put on the clown noses, and then Edge and Christian came out and put a clown nose on Jeff Jarrett and said, "Go even."
That was funny.
And then he got very emotional a lot during the speech, and then the Road Dogg came out and they did a performance of the old song they used to do, which really wasn't the best performance because I don't think they knew the words. So
They knew some of it,
yeah,
but like it was kind of like their gimmick. And like before the Road Dogg became the Road Dogg, he was the roadie, and he
yep,
was with Jeff Jarrett, and they like would perform the song. And it was kind of like the gimmick that like Jeff Jarrett was the one who came up with it, but
yeah,
he really didn't come up with it. And it was like Road Dogg found it later on or whatever. I forget the actual points of it, but they said like Road Dogg found out that like it wasn't actually Jeff Jarrett that sang the song. It's
and
stupid. Some like stupid thing.
and then he seems to really like Zack Ryder because he's putting him over a lot. So
Yeah,
um,
they went to the crowd and they started singing it. He sang the song with Zack Ryder,
his daughter,
um, his stepdaughter, which is actually fun fact that was Kurt Angle's daughter, uh, who married Karen Angle.
yep,
Uh,
Jeff
and
Jarrett,
he
not Kurt Angle's daughter. So
yeah, it's not, it's his stepdaughter.
yeah,
Uh, and um, the Road Dogg and his daughters
yeah.
sang it also too.
And then you could talk about the next speech. Next was Mark Henry, and he was inducted by the Big Show.
I actually really liked this speech a lot. Um, Big Show came out and talked about like how close they were. They were like brothers, which you could see
Yep.
definitely. Um, Big Show talked about at one point, uh, they were backstage and a guy was taking pictures of Mark, and Mark's a really nice guy. Just don't piss him off because he took the camera from the guy and fucking crushed it in his hands and slammed it on the and slammed it on the floor. That
Yeah.
was pretty funny. Uh, he also too shouted out Mark's family also too, and Mark got on stage and it was his speech was awesome. Talked about his upbringing and how his powerlifting career and how he went to a show when he was a kid and everyone like rushed to the barricade to see Andre and Mark ended up getting as big as he is now. He got pummeled and Andre went over to the barricade and picked up a young Mark Henry and put him back on his feet, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's kind of a cool story. Uh, he also did the Hall of Pain speech when he brought out the salmon jacket and was threatening AJ and I think it was Roman Reigns too. I think it was. Um, I know one of them was AJ, and then he did his sexual chocolate gimmick. He came out and he was just hitting on a bunch of women. I thought that was pretty funny. And then I think that was pretty much it, if I'm not mistaken. But that might have been a couple more points that I missed. Oh, Owen Hart. Uh, he brought up Owen Hart and how he was really close with Owen Hart because he went up to Calgary. He went to Calgary and trained in the trained in the dungeon with the Hart family, and he he went there and he trained with them, and he talked about all the ribs that that Owen Hart would play, and they're pretty funny. But overall, uh, his speech was very good, and at the end he said he was messing around, he was just playing, he's not gonna come back, and his speech was actually really good, surprisingly good.
Hey, keep talking. I got to check on something real quick.
Okay, I'm just gonna move on to the Goldberg one now.
Yeah,
I
I'll
went
give
into
my
like depth about the Mark Henry speech.
I'll
What
give
you
my thoughts like on the stuff you covered and as quickly when I come back.
okay? Um, and then it was Goldberg had his was introduced by Paul Heyman, who gave him some really nice remarks about how dominant he was in WCW and his undefeated streak and how impressive it was. And then he mentioned Roman Reigns to a big chorus of boos. And then he introduced Goldberg, and Goldberg came out. He said his speech was going to last less around the same time as his matches were, but that was a lie because his matches were no longer than 5 minutes, and the speech went 30. But came out and he talked a lot about his career in general, and in his family, and brought up his son Gage and his wife Wanda, uh, how they put up with him all the time, and then he brought up his WCW career, and it was pretty cool. It was a pretty interesting speech, to say the least, for the most part, and he brought up his WWE run for like 3 seconds, and he talked about how miserable he was. And he didn't want to talk about that anymore. So he went on to talk about his return, how he wasn't allowed to headbutt the door. It's kind of like a ritual that he does before his matches, is that he headbutts the door beforehand, and one time Stephanie McMahon told him not to headbutt the door, and so he punched the door, and he broke his hand. And he did that also one time, and he headbutt the door, and he split himself open, nearly gave himself a concussion. And that's pretty much it. That happened in his speech, for the most part. So, just gonna move on to NXT Takeover, which was a great show in general. It was a great show. With it started out with the pre-show with Pat McAfee, who was a punter for the Indianapolis Colts for about 7 years. Really, really, really funny guy who works at Barstool Sports now. Let's bring up the card real quick. And I forget who's on the card. Let me bring it up. Let's see. Okay. So the first match of the night was Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, the debuting Ricochet, and Velveteen Dream in a ladder match for the inaugural NXT North American Championship. Overall, I thought it was a great match. A lot of high-flying action, just kick-ass match. Adam Cole actually ended up winning, which surprised a lot of people because he had a tag team match later on. A couple of spots in here that were brutal were when Lars Sullivan hit the freak accident and basically killed EC3. And Killian Dane also did a similar move. I don't know the name of it, but he did a similar move and basically killed Ricochet with it also too. Anyway, so Adam Cole wins. A very entertaining match. A lot of great action with Ricochet taking a couple of very scary bumps. At one point, EC3 and Adam Cole were teaming up, and EC3 did the Adam Cole baby thing, and Adam Cole just took him out. As I said, Adam Cole won. Fantastic match. I give it a thumbs up. And so the next match I was not a huge fan of, but Shayna Baszler defeated Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship. It was I thought it was very boring. Very, very boring. A lot of people have different opinions on it, but I don't like the fact that Shayna Baszler didn't sell the arm injury after she got it, and she was locking Ember Moon in the submission, and she didn't sell it even remotely. So she wins by tactical submission, and she's the new NXT Women's Champion. NXT Women's Champion. Next match is triple threat tag for the NXT Tag Team Championship and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy. It was the Undisputed Era, comprised of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, and Pete Dunne, and the makeshift team of Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. The Undisputed Era won when Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne right after he hit the bitter end, and basically he laid out Pete Dunne and allowed Kyle O'Reilly to pin Pete Dunne, and the Undisputed Era retained the NXT Tag Team Championship. The NXT retained the championship, and they won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And Roderick Strong joined the Undisputed Era. Aleister Black defeated Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT Championship. Very, very good match. Very good match. Really, all the matches on this card were excellent, besides the Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon match. But a lot of great action in this match. Zelina Vega interfered a bunch in this match. But it didn't work. And
I'm back.
Okay, I'm pretty much on NXT right now.
All right, the market. I'll just
Black and Cien Almas match.
Okay, I'll just kind of give my. So I just let you finish talking about NXT,
and
then
you can. I really didn't know what to talk about for that match, so you can jump in.
I'll talk about the stuff I missed. So the Mark Henry speech was great. I love that he brought up Owen Hart, and I loved his speech when he put on the salmon jacket and got all serious. So I liked that. Goldberg's speech was really good. You can just check out my live reactions to that. So for NXT, I don't know if he really went into detail on the pre-show, but I won't really say he was on the pre-show because he probably on the panel.
I did. I covered the that Pat McAfee was there.
Yeah, that was.
I missed the Adam Cole thing with Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I love that. And I thought he was great. I think he should be on the panel for the NXT shows more in the future. And I'd like to see him have a part-time WWE contract. And then what else happened? There was really nothing else. That was the only significant that happened in the panel. For the ladder match, I thought that was a great ladder match. That I don't know if it's not, to me it's not 5 stars. That was definitely a 4-star match, but it was still a great match.
I gave it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I get definitely the best spot of the match was when Lars Sullivan hit the freak accident to Adam Cole right through Ricochet and right through a ladder, and then when Killian Dane did the same thing except to Velveteen Dream and EC3. I might have it mixed up, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was Rick. Killian Dane put Ricochet through the ladder, and Lars Sullivan put EC3 through it.
And then he tried to put Velveteen Dream through it, but he didn't really go through it. I thought that was funny. the TKO that EC3 hit off the ladder to, I think, Ricochet or Adam Cole. I forget who it was. I still don't know what EC3 is in NXT yet because he acts very heelish, but he acts
I
like
don't even know what he didn't even serve a purpose in this match, pretty much.
I think he's just he was there for name value. When we did this the first time, I don't even think he even talked about EC3 at all. So
he was pretty much irrelevant besides the Adam Cole thing that he did.
Yeah,
and he took a bunch of fucking bumps. That's pretty
yeah. I
much
feel
it.
like it probably wasn't. I feel like that might have been one of the down low points of this match is that EC3 probably should have been replaced with somebody else because he should have had more of a debut on the show, like a one-on-one match or something.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
And then Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole kept exchanging, did this spot where they kept doing super kicks to people in this match. That was awesome. And everybody going up on the ladders, and all at the same time and preventing each other from winning the championship was really cool. And eventually Adam Cole knocked off, and also Ricochet hit in the shooting star press 30 seconds into the match. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, that was fucking awesome.
And then when Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane went to knock off Ricochet and he did a backflip instead, that was awesome. And then Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan, I thought, had some really good altercations with each other,
throwing around Ricochet, playing catch with them.
And you can clearly see that they're having a match this week on NXT, so you can clearly see that's leading to something.
They built that up for it.
Yeah. And then Adam Cole won, which I wasn't surprised about, but kind of was surprised about because I didn't think they were going to put the title on him since Fish was hurt. But obviously,
I even said when I reviewed the match that I was shocked that he had won.
Yeah,
I did not expect him to win at all. I thought it was gonna be I even said to you even when we did our projections that I thought it was gonna be Ricochet.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Velveteen Dream, even though a lot of people, a lot of people thought that was a dark horse pick, but I thought he was gonna be him. So
yeah.
But I mean. And I even thought it was no one wanted Lars Sullivan to win that match too. He got booed every time he was supposed to win.
Every time he touched the ladder, he got booed.
Yeah. So and then,
they did that crazy spot where all 6 of them were on the ladders, and they did their Ricochet hit. Did he hit EC3 or did he hit Adam Cole with a nasty looking neck breaker?
I think it was I think he hit it to Adam Cole and then EC3 got the shooting star press while he was on the ladder. It might have been Velveteen Dream. I don't know. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, and then I forgot we were going to talk about the last week's NXT first. So yeah, this wasn't up. Kairi Sane versus Lacey Evans was okay. Probably didn't need to be on this show, but it was definitely a dark match when you watched it. Kairi won, which everyone knew was going to happen. The NXT Women's Division just sucks right now. So
it does. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. And then Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss wrestled Heavy Machine. I almost said War Machine, but it's Heavy Machinery. And
fucking Otis Dozovich walking like he's got fucking a stick up his ass.
I don't think him and Mandy Rose are dating. It's not. I don't think it's a thing. There's no.
Just, every time I see him, I fucking laugh.
Yeah.
It's it's he did the stupidest gimmick, but it's so funny.
He did the not the worm. What do they call it? Because it's because he's so big, it's supposed to be called something else.
I forget I don't know what they call it.
Yeah. And then. Right where I think they're about to win, War Machine, who's now been changed to the War Raiders, which I don't know if I'm a fan of that name yet.
I'm kind of iffy on it. I like War Machine so much better.
I don't know why I don't know why
I'm just happy they're allowed to use their fucking names.
Yeah, and they fucking destroyed everybody in that match. So
they fucking laid there was one spot where they go for their usual tag team move where Hanson goes up to the top rope,
Yeah.
and Ray Rowe holds him, and Hanson goes to a fucking brutal ass leg drop.
And
I'll
then
say something for like a 300, I think 300 plus pounder. Hanson can fucking fly around that ring.
yeah, definitely.
Like he's definitely an agile, and he's actually from Massachusetts.
Yeah, I know. I heard that. Yeah.
He's from Lynn, Massachusetts.
And
So
then
he's from like around our area, which is pretty
I
cool.
and I thought they've been lately teasing that Tito Sabatelli and Riddick Moss are going to break up as a team, but they didn't do that in this match because they were fucking destroyed. So
they barely even had a match.
So I like that. I like that they had a debut like on this show. So that was cool. All right, back to the actual like takeover though show itself. Shayna Baszler defeated Ember Moon in a decent match. This is probably Shayna Baszler's best match on the main roster. I know we have different opinions on that.
Yeah, I hated it.
I
thought it was complete shit.
And Shayna Baszler won with the Corkia clutch by making Ember Moon pass out. Now, after what happened on Raw this week, I think we all knew this was coming. So
yeah, I just didn't like the way they did it. Like,
yeah,
Shayna Baszler gets like the stomp on her arm that she would do to the other, like how she did Ember Moon. Ember returns the favor to her. She sells it for like a minute. Gets locked in, like she puts in the submission.
The Corkia clutch,
and
yeah.
then she like Ember Moon's like raking the arm to try to break it to see if she would like grab it and stuff and sell the injury. Not even one fucking time did she sell it during that submission. Like if you fucking hurt your arm and someone hits it, you're gonna fucking grab that arm because it hurts. You're not gonna fucking just be like, oh, yep, nope, nothing hurts here.
Yeah, so it's definitely gonna. This was definitely a decent match. It wasn't quite a good match. I'll give it like 2 3/4.
Like honestly, like whoever faces her next, the match is gonna get fucking considerably worse.
The only one that can like have a good match with her in NXT is probably Kairi Sane, and that's probably the person.
Is she the only one left who's actually decent?
Candice LeRae, I think it, but I can't really.
Candice LeRae, yeah, but I don't think she's been like.
Maybe like I know this. We're not talking about this person on here, but I know this person like really likes Dakota Kai, and she's okay. But fucking, how do you fucking look credible after getting your fucking hand destroyed in like a minute and a half against Shayna Baszler? Fuck that shit. So
that's like that NXT women's division is so depleted.
It's almost like the old Divas division back in 2012.
It is, except for it's probably worse. Like
no, it's nothing's worse than that 2012 Divas. At least they have fucking matches.
At least they had people that could wrestle.
Yeah,
for the most part. At least they were featured in prominent storylines. Whereas, like, it's like Kairi saying, like, Candice LeRae is incredible, but has she been featured in matches yet?
The only fucking time you saw was when she attacked Zelina Vega like a month ago, and they completely forgot about it.
Yeah, like she's an incredible wrestler. Like they should use her more often. As soon as they started calling up like the really good women from NXT, like all the 4 horsewomen, the iconic duo, it's like that was like the heart and soul of that division.
Definitely.
And I mean, I know Billie Kay and Peyton Royce went featured on television on NXT TV for a while because of their enhancements, but that's a big loss for that division.
Billie Kay and Peyton Royce.
Yeah,
definitely.
And on top of it, losing Becky, Charlotte.
Now they just lost Ember Moon.
Sasha and Bailey also too.
Now they just lost Ember Moon.
Ember Moon too also. It's like this. It's so like in Asuka.
Asuka was the biggest loss they had. Because Asuka was the main thing they built that division around for like fucking ever. So
and like if you think like Dana Brooke too was also kind of featured heavily down there.
Yeah.
And then Emma's now in Ring of Honor. So that's like there's some like kind of big names there that are called up. Alexa Bliss too. Not to go on a tangent about that, but like Alexa Bliss also.
Yeah, she wasn't really
like Jax, like a bunch of people who could have helped that women's division and now on the main roster or out of the company. In Emma's case.
And then you have they basically you could totally see that like this is like one of those calls where I'm just looking at Triple H and like, what do you see in Shayna Baszler? Like, what? This is clearly him trying to get this UFC women's division over.
Yeah.
Like he's trying
And,
to fucking build them up for like that 4 horsewoman match that nobody wants.
And also too, like Roderick Strong's fiance or wife is also like trying to get into wrestling also too.
Who?
Marina,
Oh yeah,
Marina Shafir.
Yeah, so this
like,
match overall will get like a thumbs in the middle because the match itself was decent, but fucking the aftermath is going to be a fucking thumbs down. I know.
It's just like there's nothing left down there for women. Like the men are just like soaring through the roof right now with especially, like EC3 and Ricochet with the EC3 and Ricochet editions.
Yeah,
and
they need to get. I thought like this Mae Young Classics tournament would have helped the NXT Women's Division.
Who am I forget her name now, but like, Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, she's
great down there. She's dating Ricochet. So
how ironic is that? All right, let's get to the next. Let's get to the
girlfriend tandem could be down there together, but like it's just like so. It's so depleted. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, especially too after like how that women's division really made the main roster division what it is right now.
It was because like if you look at all the women on both brands, I would say 90% of them came from NXT.
Yeah,
or a little bit. That's an exaggeration, but like 80 to 85% were from NXT. I know two of them in Sasha and Bayley are booked as shit, but at least they're like capable wrestlers.
Yeah, that's it. That's why they should just bring Bayley and Sasha down to help fucking rebuild that division or something.
I feel like Ember Moon should go back down, and the Iconics.
Oh my
three God. That should definitely go back down.
All right, let's get to the. I'm going to talk about this next match now. We have the NXT Tag Team Championship Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy match. This match was really good. I think mainly because of the finish. Now I know this person's going to say that they had this planned all this time. I'm going to say bullshit because there's no way if they were really going to have Roderick Strong, if they had him planned joining all this time, he would have just joined now.
Oh yeah.
He only joined because fucking Bobby Fish got hurt. That's fucking because you could say that's more of a coincidence, but why would they not have had him join months ago if because if Bobby Fish had not gotten hurt, he wouldn't have joined. So
yeah.
It was still great. I'm just saying that's the only reason they had him join now. And
they probably would have won the match too. The Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, maybe.
Pete Dunne at the bitter end, and he was at a 2 count when Roderick Strong turned on him.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like with Pete Dunne, I mean Kyle O'Reilly. If Bobby Fish, I always get them mixed up. If Bobby Fish didn't get hurt, he wouldn't have been. He'd still be babyface right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But this match was
there.
They basically
Adam Cole didn't do anything on the match. He got power bombed through a table. That was the only thing that he did in that match.
So he was so mad he had to compete in 2 matches when he really didn't have to. All he had to do was get put.
He took a nap during the second match.
But so it was a typical triple threat tag team match. I like that now when you have triple threat tag matches, all 3 members of like each team can be in the ring. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it makes it so much better.
Because like there's always like those moments where like one team never does anything in the match, and it's just 2 other teams facing each other. Like for example, that Revival DIY Authors of Pain match, where Revival didn't do anything in that match. So,
oh yeah.
But yeah, the finish, like you said, Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne, and it was awesome. He needed to be a heel anyways because his babyface one was kind of because he just couldn't handle.
It's kind of.
He couldn't handle being a top baby.
He kind of did everything he could.
Yeah, he did. I think it's only because Johnny Gargano was like such a great baby face. It's like, yeah, this isn't working. Like, go away. Because I think he was supposed to be like the top face, but because of Gargano was just such a better baby face, it didn't work. So.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that match was definitely an up. Then we had the NXT Championship match. How far did you get into this match before I start breaking it down?
I just started it.
Okay, so we'll just talk. I'll let you go then, since I just talked about and just broke down every match.
Kind of. I don't really remember what happened in that match, to be honest.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I'm just gonna bullshit it for the most part.
It was definitely a really good match. Pretty much the whole story of the match was Selena Vega kept interfering every time
Yeah.
Aleister Black got close to winning, and
That's the only
eventually,
part I really remember is that and the double knees to the face and the
yeah,
on the video board.
and Aleister Black, when Zelina Vega tried to go off the top rope for a crossbody, she accidentally almost caught her. Aleister Black hit the black mass, and Zelina Vega sold it, even though she wasn't kicked in the face, but whatever.
That was
And
fucking insane. That black mass that he hit.
yeah,
Oh
and,
man.
and then Aleister Black got the pin. I still find it ironic that a year ago, Aleister Black pretty much squashed this guy, and they had a really good match here. So it
Oh
was
yeah, that fucking borderline classic here. Very good match. Very very
Aleister
good.
Black winning made sense. And I think what's happening now is Andrade Cien Almas is going to get pissed at Selena Vega for basically costing him the championship. So,
Yeah, she tried to interfere one too many times.
and then this match, I would say probably was 3 3/4. So that
It was
was,
very good.
yeah.
And
Not quite
originally, Aleister Black wasn't supposed to win the championship.
What in this match?
Yeah, I think they were trying to go for the McIntyre return feud with Almas.
That's one thing we did. We forgot twice in this review. Drew McIntyre was there, but
Yeah, he was there. Pretty excited for him to come back.
definitely, I think he's going to get.
Definitely give a boost to the division, the heavyweight division. I mean, they don't really need him down there. The main roster could definitely needs him.
Definitely.
I definitely do like the Sami Zayn thing, where like when he got hurt, like in his match with Cena, and then he went down to NXT for like, what was it, like a couple of months, like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, and then Sami Zayn was
had
like
that match with Nakamura, Nakamura's first match, and he went up to WWE like then that week.
He was pretty much working both shows around that time too. Like his last, although he really wasn't because it's taped, but he was on both shows at the same time. So I would like to see that happen with like Drew McIntyre, where he goes down for NXT, blows off his feud with Almas, and then because obviously he's got to get revenge on Almas, and then probably that would be when Almas dumps Selena Vega because she'll probably cost him that match too. So.
Oh yeah.
Let's not get into any more bullshit, and let's talk about the match that was probably the match of the whole WrestleMania weekend, and that was Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in the non-sanctioned match. This match was
it a non-sanctioned or unsanctioned? Either way, it's the same thing.
I think they're the same thing, but let me check. Let me look it up.
Where is it? I have the card up already.
It
was an unsanctioned match.
Okay. They're both the same thing, though, so...
yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, this match was great. This match was... I don't think it was quite 5 stars. It was definitely 4 3/4. This was great.
It was definitely one of the best matches WWE NXT put on.
Yeah, definitely.
In general. And
this was a match we waited almost a year for because I don't think it had been quite a year since they broke up. But
yeah, it had been. It was NXT Chicago.
Yeah,
which was like, I think this month. I think it's either April or May that it was NXT Chicago. I think it was May, but it's almost a year to the day.
Yeah, and Tommaso Ciampa, he came out with no theme song and he was fucking booed out of the building. Like
100% heat.
That's how you get fucking heel heat right there. I don't know the last time I saw somebody get that much heel heat. There was fucking Ciampa chants. Like there was, oh my gosh.
Like I was speaking of the heat, but like I was watching Jim Cornette like review the match, and he's like, Ciampa got good heat, but it's not like the best heat ever. He's like, people weren't threatening to kill him. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's not I'm like, Jim, it's not the fucking 80s anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you can't literally go and fucking, threaten to kill someone in 2018. Because you know what? You're going to get arrested. I thought that was kind of a stupid little thing that he said.
But this guy got, I would say he got, legitimate heel heat. Like, he got people were saying "fuck you, Adam." Like it was insane.
That was the fucking craziest thing ever. Like
And
I'd never seen like a crowd like that hot before.
the
I mean, like
highlights of
Kevin and
that,
Sammy when they beat up Shane, and then they beat up Brian was kind of like it wasn't as nuclear as that, but they got heat.
yeah,
Like
definitely,
Tommaso Ciampa, that was nuclear heat. He
yeah.
came out no theme song, fuck you Ciampa, like oh, it was just like
He should
it.
his theme
It was
song.
the best.
He shouldn't even have a theme song after that.
No, not after that. Like came out fucking relished in all the heat.
Gargano,
Fucking
in the beginning of the match, fucking destroys him.
oh yeah, because it's the first time that they got hands on each other, like technically speaking.
Yeah. Um,
Besides the attack that Gargano had,
well, since the yeah because Gargano kept going to this
he hid
fucking
behind the one like his emoji face,
yeah.
and then when Ciampa tore it up, he like fucking beat him up for like a second. But
And then
like this is like the like a first like contact with each other,
I
pretty
still
much.
love this still makes me laugh when he fucking goes to his house and is fucking knocking on his.
Oh my god, it's like Ciampa's like it's 3 a.m. He does this every single day. It was the funniest thing. But when Gargano came out, it was like a fucking hero's welcome.
Yeah, it was. Um, and Triple H made him sign like holy homeless agreements because he was taking over William Regal's position as general manager since he was under the weather. And he that means he was sick. He wasn't really like underneath the weather. So
He wasn't under the weather.
yeah.
Underneath the clouds, he was sick.
So Johnny got Tommaso Ciampa though. He superplexed Gargano through like the head of the announcers table. He threw him over the announcers table. He exposed the pattern, and later on in the match, Johnny Gargano hit a sunset flip powerbomb right onto the exposed mat on the concrete, which was awesome.
That was great. That was probably one of the best, one of the best spots because you don't see that very often. They tease it like they're gonna do it, and it never happens.
I think the last person was like when Matt Hardy went like face first on it, like when Eminem like did hit the finisher like right onto the exposed pattern onto Matt Hardy because
Oh,
they
yeah,
like
that was fucking forever ago.
yeah. Um, Tommaso Ciampa took a clutch from a clearly planted fan that like acted like he had a broken leg. That was awesome.
That was too. That gets you even more heat.
And then Gargano hit the snake eyes right onto the middle turnbuckle that was exposed.
That he
And
exposed too, which is like weird because he's the babyface and he's doing fucking dirty tactics.
yeah, Ciampa hits a power bomb into a backstabber, and Gargano kicks out. And then they both hit each other's finishers that they used to hit when they were
Oh,
DIY.
when fucking Ciampa did it and he set up for it, like he set up at the beginning. Oh man, they were fucking like nuclear booing him out of the building.
Yeah.
They fucking hate Ciampa, and it's great.
And the match where I thought it was finally over, and it wasn't. Was when Ciampa hit the power bomb into the backstabber or the backwake or whatever.
Yeah, the Project Ciampa.
Yeah, and he hit that right off the top turnbuckle or the middle turnbuckle. I forget which one. And I thought that was going to be the match, but fucking Gargano kicked out. And then the ending finally came when Gargano teased he was going to hit Ciampa with the clutch. And then Gargano had that moment that they had the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yep. I love it. It's like, it's fucking A++ storytelling right here.
Yeah.
So they kind of look at each other like, why are we doing this? Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And previously, Ciampa, which played into the finish, Ciampa took off his knee brace and the knee pad that was underneath the knee brace. He took it off, and nothing really came of it then, but it played into the finish where Ciampa was gonna go for a move because he had hit Gargano like they were gonna like they'd faked it, and he there was like fake like thing by Ciampa.
Yeah.
He went to go hit him, I think, again with one of DIY's moves, but then Gargano had the knee brace and fucking whipped it, and he fucking hit Ciampa in his injured knee not injured knee, the knee that he tore the ACL with.
Yep.
And that was basically the finish. He hit like didn't Gargano hit a super kick and that was it?
No, he got him into like the Gargano escape with the
the Gargano escape, yeah, and Ciampa tapped out.
And the Gargano's reinstated back in NXT, which I don't think anyone thought was going to happen.
Yeah. There was a couple of like really good spots that I liked. Was when I think it was when Ciampa had Gargano on the he had him on the apron like hanging over, and he said it kneeing him in the face, like 100 times, just to show that ruthless side of Ciampa that he showed in Ring of Honor.
A lot of people didn't think Gargano was gonna win, but I did.
I thought he was gonna win, but I also thought like they would have continued with the storyline a little bit longer. But fucking.
That's what got me. That's what got me the starting point of getting this championship back where it belongs. Now, obviously, the moment is killed for me to reveal that it's back because people probably fucking already saw that it's back over that deleted video that was live. But yeah, I beat Steve for this in my rematch, and then a lot of people are confused about this. How I'm the champion when me and Steve tied at WrestleMania because Steve decided to invoke his rematch clause at WrestleMania. At the same time, it was a title for title match between me and John, and the storyline we completely forgot about.
It was title versus challenger.
And since the goal of this was all I had to do was defeat John. I didn't have to beat Steve. I had to beat John, and I did. And there's one match where I did beat John. And Steve Coakley and me tied. But since I was one of the champions, I retained the championship.
Tie always goes to the champion in our little. It's always been that way.
Now, obviously, there's been some controversy because the former champion doesn't think I'm the real champion, even though I am the real champion. But we've all had a proposal that me and John will face each other for this championship at the Greatest Royal Rumble event. Well, it was going to be a triple threat, but the other guy is gone forever, never coming back. And it's going to be Chris versus Steve in a #1 contenders match when the winner's going to face the champion at Backlash, which is like a week later.
Whoever wins the title.
Yes.
The Wrestling Rundown champion.
Yeah, it's the Wrestling Rundown champ. But I also have to say, because I didn't think I was going to have to explain this, the history from the Aftershock Corner Championship will carry over to the Rundown Championship because it's the same history.
Same show, just same show, technically. Not dead. This is not a dead show.
Yeah.
And everything carries over.
Yep. So now let's talk about...
You can tell, it's in a different location.
2 locations, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah, 2.
You're in a disco.
Also could be 4 locations too.
You're in
on here.
You're in the mystery location right now.
I am in the mystery location of a bedroom in a mystery house.
So let's talk about So wait, we didn't really say. So overall, what did you think of NXT Takeover New Orleans?
Besides the one shitty women's match, fucking phenomenal pay-per-view. Every match besides the women's match, I'm gonna keep saying that, was great.
This was definitely, I would say, a 9 out of 10 show.
Awesome. It definitely, the women's match doesn't hamper it at all, but it could have helped if the match was just a tiny bit better than it was.
And obviously if that women's division wasn't as dead. But see, we didn't scream about it at all and go off the top of our lungs and got a show kicked off over it though.
Yeah, you didn't scream so loud that the neighbors had to call the cops.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about WrestleMania. So we had the pre-show. We had the panel of Renee Young, JBL, and forget who else was on. I know it changed because
Tonga? No, it was Booker. Was it Booker?
was JBL not on the panel? I thought he was.
I thought I'll give it a quick look up right here, but I'm pretty sure. I think Booker was on it too.
Let me see if I can.
Or is he not?
Okay, pre-show panel. It was Renee Young, Booker T, Peter Rosenberg, David Otunga, and JBL. I don't know I know they all went on the panel at the same time, but those were the panels.
Oh, those are just Those the beginning panelist.
Yeah, and the commentators for like the whole show itself. Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Jonathan Coachman all commentated all the Monday Night Raw matches. Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxon commentated all the SmackDown matches. And Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness commentated the one cruiserweight match they had on this show. And Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler commentated the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Jim Ross, Jerry the King Lawler, Byron Saxton, Beth Phoenix, and Paige. No, I fucked that up. It was Jim Ross, Jerry the King Lawler, and Byron Saxton commentated the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which I really didn't mind Saxton being there, but I wish we could have just gotten JR and the King just on commentary. Maybe.
Definitely.
I feel like they only did it because King probably just had his stroke, so maybe they didn't think he was going to be as great on commentary as he used to be. So, and then Michael. Huh?
I can see why they would do that.
But I feel like it still would have been fine with JR and Lawler. I really wish Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler, but would have been used for a better match on commentary though than the Andre Battle Royal.
Just good to hear Jim Ross though.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely upped the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Oh yeah.
And then
it wasn't a very notable Battle Royal though.
Well, there's one more commentary team I didn't break down. We had the reunion of Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Beth Phoenix on commentary, and Paige did commentary for the Women's Battle Royal. All right, now we can go over the Andre Battle Royal.
It was very average. No surprises, obviously, because it's the first match on the pre-show.
Yeah, exactly. Do I really need to go through who was in it?
No, we're not gonna. It would take us way too long.
Yeah, it was pretty much like everyone that didn't have a match at WrestleMania for a male superstar was in this match.
Oh yeah, and I would say it was decent. Matt Hardy won with help of Bray Wyatt,
which was awesome.
It was awesome. Definitely united them as a team.
Yeah,
that's pretty much the payoff, I think.
Yeah, I wish Bray Wyatt would have been a little bit different than what he was because he went into the lake of reincarnation. He was pretty much. I know I know in Raw they kind of played up to it, but he seems like he's the exact same character as he was. So
just a little bit more like woke and broken.
Yeah. But that match I would say was like 2 stars and definitely wasn't up. The right person won it, but
the right person definitely won it.
And I do have
to Monday also too.
Huh?
It plays into Monday also too.
Yeah, it definitely crosses your fingers because of what happened with this storyline that the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner will finally go somewhere. Will they really go somewhere?
Technically, it could because we'll get to that reason why.
Yeah, but will they really go somewhere because of the Battle Royal or because of the storyline? That's the question. I would say that the Battle Royal really didn't help him. He would have been fine without it, but
yeah,
whatever. Then we had the vacant Cruiserweight Championship Tournament Finals match. It was Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. I'll let you break this match down since you like both these guys. And
I love both these guys. I gave them both congratulations on Instagram too. I fucking could not have asked for a better Cruiserweight match than that. 2 of the best Cruiserweights in WWE going at it. Could not ask for any 2 better wrestlers and 2 better people than them.
Exactly.
Just a great fucking match. The crowd was into it too.
Yeah.
It's the first 205 Live match that I've seen where the crowd is invested in it from beginning to end. And Steve was there live. He can attest to that. The crowd was pretty hot for that match.
I think the only other match I could think of was probably Aries versus Neville. But I think they were even – I would say they were into this match probably more than that, which is surprising.
Yeah, there's a lot. The Spanish fly from the top rope is fucking awesome.
Yeah. The oh
There's
five four.
those couple of spots where Cedric was like kept telling Mustafa Ali to just stay down, and
Yeah,
it's the match is just fantastic.
yeah,
I mean, it was like, and what about 12 minutes?
yeah,
And it was definitely worth all 12 minutes.
definitely. I feel like if
Just
this
the
match,
longest match though in a
I
long
feel,
time.
I feel like if this match went on the main card, it probably wouldn't have gotten like the time it got and like
Or the
the
pop either.
yeah. And
Perfect.
the right person obviously went over in the end. I would
Either
say
way, like you couldn't go wrong with either of them as champion.
exactly.
So
Um,
either way, like I would have been happy with either.
and Mustafa Ali did get a special entrance. He got the Game of Thrones entrance apparently.
Did he? Or no, that was Seth. Seth got the Game of Thrones.
I know he got like a special entrance. Like he came out with
I
like
I don't know what it was, but
yeah.
like it was pretty fucking cool.
So that match I would say gets like 3.5 stars. That was a really good cruiserweight.
That was probably one of the best pre-show matches in general.
Yeah, definitely.
That's up there with the New Day and the Usos in terms of like total all
Yeah.
around pre-show matches.
Then we
And
had the
that crowd was in it for the New Day and the Usos pre-show match, and the crowd was in it for that too. Also, that Cruiserweight Championship match, which is surprising.
yeah. And we could say this. They actually got the fucking pre-show right this time and let everybody in the building. So that was good.
I know, yeah. The crowd was like, you could tell the crowd was packed for that Cruiserweight Championship match.
Yeah. I can't really say because I know you were. I can't really say for the Andre Battle Royal because I was still going to your house for this match. So
Yeah, I didn't see really much of it.
yeah.
Besides like the ending.
Um.
But
So let's talk
it
about
was,
another Battle Royal that sucked. I mean, bad. I don't know if it was. I guess not sucked bad, but it was bad.
it was bad. It was very bad.
I feel like this match was doomed from the start because of what happened with the Fabulous
Yeah.
People. I don't think
It's
they're ever going to
scary.
do the match again because of that. We had the 20-woman battle royal for the women's battle royal trophy. Now, obviously, we could say that it looks like a vagina, and we know it does. But let's be honest, they had to fucking change this on the fly because of them. Because I had a feeling they had a better trophy design plan, but obviously because they had to change the battle royal.
Yeah, it would have been Moolah.
Yeah. So good thing the fucking WWE changed it. Thank you, Snickers, for that.
I know, yeah.
So we're not going to break down who was in this match. I do want to say the NXT women that were in this match. We had Kairi Sane, Kavita Devi. That was the person that was trained by the Great Khali that we couldn't think of the name.
And then Becky Lynch took offense because she wore orange.
Yeah.
So
Taria
she didn't like her because she wore orange.
Wow.
Just like the top 10 list. Pointless reasons to hate someone.
Taria Conte was in it. Bianca Belair, Dakota Kai, which we don't talk about it, but that certain someone was probably coming in his pants over that. So,
he definitely was.
And I think Peyton Royce, which is kind of weird because he was caught up on SmackDown.
Yeah,
and
surprised there's no Billy Kay though.
Yeah, me too. Unless she's still recovering. So,
they got their tin implants at the same time.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to. And they did like a spot this match. The one cool thing in this match was they did like an NXT roster versus main roster match. The one thing I hated too was they fucking cut out Kairi Sane's elbow drop because it was on commercial, like as she was doing it.
It's so funny too because you could tell which parts were on USA Network. You could tell which parts were on the network in general.
Yeah.
Because like, you got the 2 entrances at the beginning, and then you got a up next, and it was like it showed the women coming out, but it didn't cut to a commercial break because that was the USA Network commercial break. But on the WWE Network, it didn't show a commercial break. It just fucking like showed them walking down to the ring for some strange reason.
Yeah.
None of them got any singular entrance either.
Except
they came back with like it was like Becky, Sasha, and Bailey, I think, got their entrance.
I was surprised Naomi didn't get a special entrance because her entrance always is over when she comes out. So, and obviously too, we could say that Mandy Rose wasn't the first one eliminated from this battle royal because that's been like a play on gimmick that she had throughout this. Like she was the first one eliminated from the women's elimination chamber, first one eliminated from
the Royal Rumble too, also, right?
Yeah. That was like a play on joke. It was actually
I just
Carmelo.
love how every single time Mandy Rose gets hit, Corey Graves fucking like creams in his pants with how much he fucking loves her. Like, I wonder how much his fucking wife feels about that.
You do too, though.
Every time, like, but I'm not married. He is.
I wonder, I wanted to, yeah, what his wife thinks about it now. Like, I wish, like, they had his wife on commentary at the same time.
That would be fucking funny.
And like, he'd be too fucking afraid to say anything too. Like one time, his fucking wife. They should do a storyline where he is doing that. And his fucking wife comes out and slaps him in the face.
Oh, that'd be fucking great.
But anyhow, the winner was Naomi. Do we really need to? They did do something with Sasha Banks and Bailey, where like Bailey hugged her and eliminated her. That was really the only significant thing that happened in this match. So
yeah, because I want to pick up the pizza. Is that what happened?
Like, yeah, and then like Naomi came back in and hit Bailey with the weird view, which I thought that finisher was dead, but I guess it's not.
She hits her with an ass in the face.
Maybe that gives hope for our show. Then, if Naomi's finisher can still stay alive, maybe our show can come back.
Naomi was dead for like 20 minutes.
Legally pronounced dead.
Naomi wins. LOL.
Yeah. No one even thought she was going to win. I don't really think anyone knew who was going to win this match. No one cared. So
yeah, there wasn't enough interest.
Don't do this match again, please. But they probably will. This will be like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Because do you really think Naomi's going to get anything out of this match? She won't get any. At least Woken Bat's going to get something out of this match.
Yeah.
So
technically a tag title shot, I guess.
Who, Naomi?
Maybe. Matt Hardy.
Oh. We're not having a women's tag division. We're not having that.
Who knows?
This match is a down. It was like a style in 3/4.
It was just a clusterfuck.
Yeah. I'll let you break down this match. The triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz defending against Seth Rollins and Prince Nevitt. I'm calling him that forever.
Prince Nevitt. This match was fantastic. I think it was the best match on the show. Definitely.
I think there might be one match that was better than that.
Was it well, is it, how far down the card is it?
It's the next match.
Okay. Seth had a Game of Thrones entrance, and he had his eyes were blue, which was fucking cool. He hit the stomp, as they call it now.
Yep.
For the win. But in general, it's a great match. Fucking
He just knows that I'm going to yell at him if he calls it the other move, because that's not what it's called now. So
there's no curbs. It's just
stomping on him. Hey, at least he gets to use the move again. So
yeah, that's very true. This is a great match. Fucking fantastic opener.
3 3/4. This is 3 3/4 right.
100% 3 3/4. It was one of the best, if not the best, matches on the card. Everyone got their licks in.
Yep.
It was that was a great match.
No, obviously, I guess one down. So this gets enough. We forgot to talk about this again. A down on the show, and I know you love you some John Cena, but they fucking kept showing him in the crowd.
Yep.
Throughout the whole show, as a match was going on, it was all about John Cena, like for the first half of the show. So that was a down. Did they really need to do that? No, they didn't. Who really thought that this guy was
400 times?
Who really thought this guy wasn't wrestling this year at WrestleMania? Nobody did. Maybe he did, but
he was drunk.
Yeah.
How to take a photo of drunk John Cena.
We'll get into that later on. All right, next was I'll break down this match. This was the SmackDown, because we had to call it that now because there's 2 championships. The SmackDown Women's Championship match. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Now, this match I thought was the best match of the show. This was probably maybe 4.5 stars. And this match was great. This was probably the best women's match that's ever happened at WrestleMania. I know that's not really saying much, but still.
Yeah.
But Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair hit a superplex off the apron. She hit.
That looked brutal.
She hit a Spanish fly to Asuka, which I know didn't really look the best, but still, I still thought it looked good. Asuka hit the armbar a ton of times, a triangle choke, and the finish comes when Charlotte Flair hits the figure eight with one arm, and Asuka tapped out. Now, obviously, we didn't know how he felt about this finish at the time because we didn't really know where this was going to go.
Yeah.
Now, after what happened on SmackDown this week, I would probably say it's probably a little sooner in Asuka's undefeated streak.
Yeah, I think What Culture posted a video on it, but I didn't watch it, and I thought it was a great match also, but like, what happened on SmackDown, like, kind of defeats the purpose.
Like, picture this. This is the best example. Picture Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam if he had lost to John Cena in 2014. This was basically the same thing.
Yeah.
I know John Cena and Carmelo are completely different levels, but that was pretty much what happened. It was
you couldn't see it.
Carmelo, I know, had to win the SmackDown Women's title, but after Charlotte Flair conquers the undefeated streak, you don't have her lose for a while. Like, you build her up as like a monster.
Yeah, exactly.
And Asuka, it was probably too early for her to lose too because this was the first WrestleMania match, and now Asuka and she wasn't I guess she was putting over Charlotte Flair, but she wasn't mad she lost her streak, which was kind of weird. Like, she wasn't mad about it. And then obviously what happened later too was they picked this moment.
This is fantastic. I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
With that, Rudy Charles, Dan Engler went down to tell Cena that Taker was here.
Yep.
So Cena in a fucking, I don't even know if they planned it like this, but it was a comedic spot where Cena jumps over the barricade and sprints 1,000 miles an hour up the ramp. And Asuka's looking fucking surprised. And Charlotte goes, "That's John Cena." And she's looking at that, talking to the people in the crowd. She's like, "That's John Cena." Like, no shit, that's John Cena. You could.
I think you've had the same reaction the 3 times we've talked about this. So
it's like, how are you fucking surprised? But this kind of ruined the moment a little bit. But it was so fucking funny. I don't think anyone really cared.
But this match I'll give an up because it was still a really good match. But the aftermath I'll give a down, even though that's for a later review. But all right, then we had Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton versus Bob Roode versus Rusev in the Fatal 4-Way match. Now you get to talk about this match. Congratulations!
Oh, fuck me.
We're taking turns here. And you're talking about this shitty match. I ain't fucking talking about it.
I hated it. I thought it's so painfully average that I kind of forgot it existed.
I think the worst. I think the thing I remember most is the finish because that's the worst part.
Yeah.
Rusev. It's your turn.
Rusev eats the pin.
Yeah. Not to Randy Orton, not to Bob Roode, to Jinder Mahal.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Intergender tag gets the win by hitting the Colossus. Yay.
Yeah.
Again. By the way, did you notice that Aiden English had a haircut?
Oh, yeah. Now he looks like
He shaved his head mid-pay-per-view.
Yep.
Before the match.
He gets an up. He will get an up.
I don't want to see this match again. It's trash to begin with.
Yeah.
It was trash to begin with before.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And now it's trash even more now a second time around.
We'll get to. I don't know if it's trash because at least it's up for the WWE Championship this time.
It's still gonna suck.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be the same fucking match.
At least it's not the Punjabi prison.
Just like every fucking Jinder Mahal match.
Who's that? I don't know a Jinder Mahal. I know a Jinder Mahal.
Oh yeah, that's his stupid. Jinder Mahal and Jinder Mahal both now have championships.
Yep. All right, let's
Awesome.
get. I'll let because I'll be nice and let you talk about this match because I'm too pissed off to talk about it now. The next tag match that apparently somebody now has a crush on in this match. Kurt Angle and Ronda
Pervert.
Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
I thought this match was far exceeded my expectation. I think it exceeded everyone's expectations.
I think this is gonna win
it should win some awards.
It's gonna win match that exceeded expectations award when we do it at the year-end awards that we have to do right here.
But this match started off good. I mean, I hated the Triple H and Stephanie entrance because it's rinse and repeat.
We'll give that a down.
Stephanie wasn't on a motorcycle last year. She still rode on the motorcycle with Triple H. So it's rinse and repeat, same entrance. Boo!
Down.
She fucked up the entrance, by the way. Have you noticed when they got to the ring?
Yeah.
And she spit the water out and it dribbled out of her mouth.
Yeah.
But it's just the match in general blew my mind just how fucking awesome it was. Ronda Rousey over the past number of weeks has won me over. As you know, I hated the signing. I hated her, and I just didn't think that it would work. I am happy that I was wrong. But Kurt and Triple H started out the match. Decent pace. Nothing spectacular. But fucking Kurt Angle got the shit beaten out of him.
Yeah, he did.
And then they took fucking 85 minutes to hit the hot tag for Ronda. Ronda gets the hot tag and she fucking destroys Stephanie. Fucking kills her.
Yeah.
I've loved it. I loved every minute of it. And then that's when it became an intergender tornado tag match. It was at that moment. Apparently, fucking Triple H and Kurt Angle can fight in the ring and pin each other, even though they're not even the legal combatants in the match. Apparently, Triple H can fucking attempt to pedigree Ronda Rousey. Apparently so.
I feel like they probably should have been a mixed intergender tag match, especially because
it turned into.
Yeah.
But the match itself was outstanding. Stephanie tapped.
Yeah.
When Ronda put on a fucking disgusting looking armbar and won.
That was an up.
Oh, double. That was 2 thumbs up. That was
maybe
great.
4.
This is outstanding match.
All right, I get to talk about. So yeah, I like this match. A lot of people this match gets mixed reviews because but this was the triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. We had the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos versus Big E and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods inside. We forgot to talk about this when we originally reviewed it. Is that the New Day had a special WrestleMania entrance where they came out with little people in pancake costumes, and Corey Graves had a funny line when he was like, "Get those things away from me." And Tom Phillips made it seem like he was talking about the people and not the pancakes, so that was funny.
Get those midgets away from me.
And I know a lot of people, I think, are down on this match because this was like the Usos' first big match at WrestleMania, and they got squashed pretty much. But I thought this match was exactly what it needed to be. The Bludgeon Brothers look like fucking monsters, and that's exactly what it should have been. I'll give this 3 stars up.
Oh, definitely should have been. They should have been booked that way. It was perfect.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
And look, the New Day, no, the Usos didn't eat the fall. It was and fucking Bludgeon Brothers fucking destroyed everybody. They should hold the belts for a while.
Yeah. The greatest Royal Rumble ever. They're getting their rematch.
Oh, I want to talk about that because I do have a rant from SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
Because apparently they forgot about rematch clause. So, but
I guess they need to fight for a number one contendership when they had the rematch.
but yeah, this match wasn't up. This match ruled. Go watch it. Go watch Destruction.
Great. It was a very, very good match. I think this is this their first I know it's not like Harper's first title, but I think it's Rowan's.
Yeah, it is. Because Harper was the Intercontinental Champion, like right after the Wyatt family broke
Yeah,
up.
he was feuding with Ziggler
Yep.
when they basically gave Luke Harper the Intercontinental Championship.
And then he just lost it like a month later. That IC title would like change hands like 20 times that year.
Yeah, it was bad. But
Actually, that's when we should. That's when the next match. Okay, so this really wasn't a match. It was more of a segment. I think you know what I'm going with.
Oh, it was Taker Cena.
Yeah. So John Cena comes out in his wrestling gear. It just was coincidentally there. So
it took him forever to run up the ramp and then change and then come back out.
They what a coincidence they were able to fit this in the show, huh?
What a coincidence. Cena also, if you think of it, he got 2 entrances.
Yeah, he did. So John Cena comes out. Another referee comes out though and says Taker's not here. So John Cena's all upset, and the lights go out, and we think it's the Undertaker, but it's Elias. And he was actually supposed to be in the Andre Battle Royal, but they nixed that, which I think was a good idea because it wouldn't make any sense for him. It would have taken away a lot of his steam in this segment if he lost. So
Cena just beat the shit out of him.
Yep. But they utilized Elias great in this show. I thought that was a great way to utilize him. And then John Cena's theme song goes off. We don't think we're going to get Undertaker. And then the gong goes off. The lights come back on. Undertaker's gear from last year that he left in WrestleMania 33 was there. Now, I'm going to be honest. This would have been more special if they didn't fucking show it in the WrestleMania Access Tour. And they didn't. So this was kind of strange, but
yeah.
Then the lightning goes off. Undertaker comes out, and this was Deadman Taker, which I was happy about.
Yeah.
And he squashes Cena. He hits a big boot, old school choke slam, tombstone win. John Cena went for the 5-knuckle shuffle. He got Taker scared him, and Undertaker squashed John Cena. And Taker looked like he was in great shape. Now, it's tough to say if he could really still go because this match is only 2 minutes long. You can't really go
about 2.5. I think it's about 2.5, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the best shape I've seen Taker in like at least 8 years.
Definitely.
At least.
I think no, he looked like he was in pretty good shape in doing his feud with Brock at Hell in a Cell 2015.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, those are probably the only 2 times he's really been like
in
great shape in the past like 8 years. Because it's really been down to like his last run.
Yeah.
I'll say like 2010.
He looks good, like
peak shape.
I think the last he looked good in 20. I would say that he started kind of diminishing after his match with CM Punk in WrestleMania 29.
Oh yeah, yep.
He had that resurgence in
2015. They fucked up at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, and then he looked bad, and then he looked good in 2015. I would say he looked better after WrestleMania 31, but
yeah.
And then obviously
in general, Taker looked pretty good at 31. Not like match wise, but like look wise, he looked really good.
And then last year was I think last year was like he looked really bad last year.
He looked every bit as fat as he possibly could have looked.
Yeah. I think that's why he wanted to come back because he didn't want that to be his fucking last one. So
yeah, I kind of like how I mean, there's definitely more in the future.
Yeah. Especially we know now he's wrestling Chris Jericho at the Greatest Royal Rumble. So
I would love to see him and Cena face off at SummerSlam.
We'll see.
Instead of just like blowing it off at the next pay-per-view. Like you could have even more. Like now that they did that, like I'm interested to see what they're gonna do.
We still have
kind of interesting if they did like Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam.
I want to see first how he looks in this match with Jericho because you can't judge how someone looks based off this squash.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's see how he looks in this match.
This match is definitely going to be more of an endurance match for him. But like it would be interesting to see like if he does good in this match and he looks great in this match against Y2J. It would be interesting to see like him versus Cena in like a Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Because that's like Taker's match.
And then Taker can go right off into the sunset at WrestleMania 35 and have his final match there.
Yeah. I don't even know who he would face next year.
I have no idea either.
Like
Up in the air.
He's literally faced everyone.
He hasn't faced you or me.
He faced every wrestler.
um,
He's already faced like Triple H and Shawn Michaels 4 times, 2 apiece.
he could. The Walking Dead could have like the season finale, and Rick Grimes could face the Undertaker, and fucking Undertaker could fucking beat him, and Rick turns into a zombie, and then that's the fucking Undertaker kills the Walking Dead. That would be awesome, actually. That actually would be awesome.
That'd be pretty funny.
Now the question is, does Rick Grimes become Andrew? No, a better thing would be as if they do Ultimate Deletion with the Walking Dead world, and Matt Hardy throws Rick Grimes into the Lake of Reincarnation. And I don't know if you know this in real life, but Andrew Lincoln's British, so he comes out as Andrew Lincoln. So,
oh my god!
But that's fucking. That is, and if that happened on a Walking Dead episode, I feel like everybody that wouldn't be wrestling fans would hate it. But
I mean, there's like CM Punk was on it one time, so
that was like CM Punk's first. You know what the funny thing is? That was like CM Punk's first appearance too. Like after he left WWE. Yeah. But anyhow, that was a whole other thing. But yeah, this was this definitely exceeded expectations.
100%.
And then we had the Hall of Fame segment where everybody except Kid Rock was there. I'll let you talk about this next match because do you know what the next match was by any chance? I think you know.
Is this Nakamura AJ?
No, it's the one before that. No, actually, it's the other SmackDown match that was like built up as like a big match at WrestleMania.
Oh, Brian. Okay, yeah. Brian Shane versus Kevin and Sammy.
Yeah.
Fucking great. It did like seeing Daniel Bryan like in the weeks leading up to WrestleMania was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like you got that like giddy feeling that he's coming back, and it's like just watching like Brian's entrance and like just seeing the targeting the yes movement.
Yep.
I even said this to you when we were at my house during live reactions. Like, it finally felt like it was surreal.
Yeah.
Like, it finally became like a reality. Like, he's actually back.
Like, think about it.
It was awesome.
A few weeks prior to this wasn't even like.
Yeah.
This wasn't even.
We'll get to the match that he had the match he had at SmackDown.
Yeah.
But like, for 2 matches that he had, A+.
He looked great.
He looked fucking phenomenal. Of course, they did the beginning thing where he was powerbombed on the apron.
It's a lot of which I don't know if that damage. That I don't know if that was the best idea because that killed the crowd, but
it did for a little bit. But yeah, Kevin and Sammy, they jumped them at the start, but they came through the crowd and jumped them, and they beat the crap out of both of them, and they powerbombed Brian on the apron, and then they were beating the crap out of Shane for a long period of time until Daniel Bryan broke up the pin. He got tagged in, and Bryan went fucking bananas. He fucking beat the piss out of both Kevin and Sammy, and he hit his signature comeback. He hit the knee, the running knee on that doesn't even have a name yet. It's still the running knee.
Yeah.
And he put the yes lock in, and surprisingly, Sami Zayn tapped out. They're still
fighting. No heel turns, no nothing.
No heel turns, nothing. It was great. Bryan is back on top as being one of the top babyfaces in the company again. It fucking worked out. The match was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great to see him back again. It's just like when he retired, there wasn't much competition left. Now that he's back, the dream matches galore.
Yep, especially
Like, there's
too.
so many of them.
Yep, and especially after what happened on SmackDown this week, which we'll get to that. We know one match that's probably coming.
Yep.
Let's get to this. We completely lost the star ratings, so I'll just say them at the end when we're done reviewing the show.
Yeah.
The Raw Women's Championship match: Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax destroys Mickie James and beats the shit out of her before the match starts, which makes
Rip Mickey.
Yep.
She got fucking destroyed. She got
That
killed,
was her.
murdered.
That was her WrestleMania moment this year. So
getting eaten.
Yep. And then they had like a nice little decent match. I always said the match should have been a squash, but since we already had like 2 matches that were a squash, this match really couldn't be a squash. So
yeah, I mean it was decent.
Yeah,
I liked that it wasn't a squash. It definitely like there was like zero expectations going into this match, but it exceeded expectations a little bit. It was better than people thought it would be.
And then Nia Jax hit the Samoan drop off the second turnbuckle for the win, and she was the new Raw Women's Champion. Obviously, it made sense because of the storyline, but obviously, I don't know who beats her for the championship now. It's probably going to be like
it doesn't make any sense now that she's a face.
Yeah,
like
because now Asuka can't.
Asuka,
there's like no heels for her to wrestle.
Maybe Sasha. I don't know. Like,
how many times you guys see that fucking match?
1,000 more times.
I just scream.
Bailey too.
I just scream. We're gonna get kicked off now.
Watch out! There might be cops coming to your house.
Yeah. But yeah, this match was like, I'll give this match 2.5.
Yeah, 2. It was decent.
Yep.
Could have been better, but it was decent. She Nia's the new women's champion, and now no one can face her but Alexa Bliss. Basically.
Nobody what?
No one can face her but Alexa Bliss, basically.
Yeah. But maybe because of the superstar shakeup, they're gonna change things up. So.
But like, what heel would come over from SmackDown?
Yeah, Natalya wouldn't really.
Natalya, like, I would say Carmella, but like,
she's the SmackDown Women's Champion now.
Carmella cashed in her briefcase.
Can't call it
that. There's nothing. The welcoming committee, like, Riot
Squad. Yeah, that's
the Riot Squad. One of them, or all 3 of them.
Kona Reeves.
Kona Reeves, yeah. Kona Reeves should have been in the fucking Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He should have won both Battle Royals.
That's not possible, but yeah.
Right. It's a decent match, I guess. Like, I don't know. Yeah. But all right, so AJ Nakamura.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Very good match. The Wrestle Kingdom match was still better.
Probably was, yeah.
Very much so. Very slow match.
And I think the crowd was burnt out because they were just sitting through 6 hours of a show. So.
Oh yeah, at that point, definitely. It was probably around 11 o'clock by then.
Yeah, and obviously AJ was hurt going into this match, so that probably
affected the match. It was definitely like a strong style type match.
Yeah.
Very slow, very like submission based.
I still thought this match was really good though. But...
It was still very good. It's still a very good match.
I think this is
anywhere near the Wrestle Kingdom match, but still very good.
I think this is the first.
It's like a step below the Wrestle Kingdom match.
I think this is like the first match in the feud, so the holding back.
But match was AJ won and retained. Still very good match. But what kind of shocked us all was they were kind of doing, the post-match celebration together, and what looked like a sign of like solidarity. Nakamura gets on one of his knees and hands AJ the championship, only to proceedingly punch him in the testicles. He hit him right in his dick, and he beat the living shit out of him.
Yep.
For shock factor, I give that an A+, because no one expected that. No one did. We'll talk about what happens with him in a couple of minutes, but he beat the living shit out of him, hit him with the Kinshasa, got literally booed out of the building.
Which is great.
Wicked shocker there.
Yeah.
But still a very good match. Love the beatdown.
I loved it, yeah. This match was great. And I can't wait to see what happens now. Well, obviously we know what Nakamura is like as a heel, but where he continues to go. And he still hasn't given like an explanation, so I can't wait to hear what his
explanation is. Well, we can talk about the explanation.
Yeah. So that match was so that I definitely love that. I think that should have closed the show.
Yeah. But
I know the crowd would have been like really burnt out and stuff, but especially the ending would have really been like made it.
Oh yeah. I'll go over this because you hated it. So did I. But Brock and
no, there's one more match. There's one more match.
Yeah.
The Raw Tag Team Championship match. Braun Strowman and Nicholas.
Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, it's so forgettable already.
Yeah. Actually, I messed up. It's Braun Strowman and a mystery partner versus the Bar. And the Bar came out with a special WrestleMania entrance. They came out with the Mardi Gras entrance, to which Braun Strowman destroyed that, and everybody ran him, which was funny. And it's my turn, so I guess I got to talk about it. Braun Strowman says he picked a partner, and he picked somebody from the audience. Now, one of the guys I thought it was going to be was No Way Jose, since he was in the crowd, which would have made more sense.
Yeah.
But it wasn't No Way Jose. It was a 10-year-old named Nicholas, who's the youngest now champion in WWE history, and probably, unless they're going to have a fucking 5-year-old come out now and win the championship.
And also, too, it's little tidbit if people didn't know, it's actually the referee in the match was John Cone.
Yeah,
that was his son.
And Strowman basically beats him in a squash handicap match. And originally, I didn't hate this because we had no clue who this kid was. We just thought it was a Make-A-Wish kid, so we thought it was WWE with a nice thin. But it was just a referee's son. And after what happened the next night, this was a waste of Braun Strowman. And this kid got a WrestleMania payday over Big Cass, who was there, Samoa Joe, and an NXT call-up. Down. Nothing.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, now this is attempt 2 at reviewing this match.
Now we can actually do it without fucking some piece of crap screaming.
Yeah.
This won't get our show canceled, and this won't get the cops called.
Well, you're still at your house though, and you might have people there, so maybe your dad's gonna come in and cancel our show. So I wouldn't hold your breath on that.
But Brock versus Roman Reigns. This match is very slow, very boring, botch fest almost.
Yep.
There was one spot where Roman was supposed to get German suplexed through one of the tables. I think it might have been the American broadcast table, English-speaking broadcast table, and fucking, I don't know if it was Roman who didn't flip or if Brock slipped, but Roman face planted on the announce table.
Yeah.
And it did not look good.
No,
and
it
apparently,
didn't.
I'll say that. I'll say it whatever. I'll say it afterwards. But there was about 5 F5s. It was a 6 or 5 F5s. I think it was 5, right?
It got a 5 and it took 6 to beat.
So 6 F5s, and on a 6 F5, Roman lost. There's nothing really noteworthy besides the fact that Roman got cut. But other than that, very bland match. Crowd wasn't into it. Crowd didn't give a shit. Neither did we. It's just, I would. Roman deserved a better main event than that, I think. And so for that, shit to go like that. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, we're gonna see it in Saudi Arabia. I just don't want to see this match again.
I would say it too. Like after all this time, they wasted our time telling us this match is gonna happen like a year ago, and they fucking didn't put the championship on him. And I think clearly what they're doing is because they think he'll get a better reaction in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, there's a lot of backstage politics involved with the finish of that match.
Yeah.
Apparently, before the match started, Vince told the ref to count. Oh no, Brock did. Brock told the ref to count the pin, which is in code. When I make the cover, you pin.
Yeah.
And he did, and apparently he went backstage and Brock threw the championship either at Vince or at a wall. And Shane ended up getting in between them and legitimately wanted to fight Brock. I can't blame him though.
Yeah.
He comes backstage and throwing a hissy fit right in front of his dad's right there. Like, I can't blame Shane for stepping up for his dad.
Exactly.
Apparently, like, there's a lot of rumors going around backstage that no one knew what was going on. Like, legitimately, nobody knew. Michael P.S. Hayes, who was in charge of that match, he was the producer of that match, he had no idea what the finish was. Everyone was left in the dark. And one of the rumors going around was that Vince flipped the script because, like, last second, because they knew the reaction that Roman was going to get. Yeah. Which basically, like, you and John have said this 100,000 times. He's just not getting over in these big arenas.
No, he's not.
In these, I mean, he could get over in regular arenas. At least you can admit to that. Like, some nights he comes out and he gets a thunderous pop. But then there's other nights when he comes out and he gets booed out of the building.
Exactly.
And at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, in those type of environments, when there's an international audience, he gets thunderously booed. Like, over the top booed. And it's not working anymore for him. And I don't know what they're going to do. Apparently, like I said, we're talking in the future tense now because we know what happens. Brock, Roman at the greatest Royal Rumble ever, and that looks like he's going to take the championship from him then. But terrible match. I give it a thumbs down.
Probably going to be the worst match of the year.
It was just shit.
Yeah, shit for in the win and shit for the company. So
yeah, it fucked and the fact that like all like none of like the producers knew too also was kind of like sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you leave your own like company guys out of it. Like, the people who run the fucking show didn't even know.
Exactly.
Which is just mind-blowing to me.
But overall thoughts on Mania, I thought it was a great show. Probably should have been a fantastic show, but still a great show.
It felt like WrestleMania this year, though.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't drunk for it this year. I didn't want to be. I didn't fucking want to be drunk for it this year. So.
But it was a great WrestleMania. If the main event went off like seamless, with no fuckery behind the scenes, it would have been a fantastic show.
Exactly.
But since there was fuckery in the main event, it kind of like,
and then obviously that
increases the a little bit.
Then that fuckery caused another fuckery to get our show kicked off. So.
Yep.
Actually, I wouldn't even say this main event.
I think it's worked though, because we can actually get through this now.
Yeah. We haven't. We're only doing this with 2 people. We haven't done it with 4 yet. So I've never done this with 4. So we
Yeah.
I don't know.
Might just be 3 because we don't know about Steve. But yeah.
All right, but now let's get to War. I didn't write any notes, but I know what happens. I don't know it. It's not going to be in order, but the first thing that happened was Stephanie McMahon came out and got destroyed by Ronda Rousey again, which was great. So
yeah.
Don't know what the future plans are for Ronda Rousey. I heard
there was one funny spot where at the end where JoJo got on the mic and that's it, and she was like, "Can you please respect Stephanie McMahon or whatever?" She said can you please give some respect for Stephanie McMahon? And it was just so funny.
Yep. And then yeah, that was cool. I'm not gonna go through what was on commentary on Raw because I kind of already said it from the
rest. Yeah, it's the same panel as the Raw panel for the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And then we had I'll just talk about the tag team stuff all at once. So Braun Strowman and Nicholas gave up the Raw tag team titles, which killed Braun Strowman right there. So
yeah.
I know they're trying to make it funny, but the fact that this guy who's supposed to be a monster gave up a championship is just ridiculous. So
the fact that he didn't even get a shot, get a chance to have a rematch either.
Yeah.
So the lost his championship.
Yeah, and they just killed the Raw tag team division, murdered it. So.
Oh yeah.
The Bar came in and they wanted their championships back, and Kurt Angle said no. They're going to face the winners of this tag team eliminator tournament thing they have going on. Where the Revival defeated Gallows and Anderson. That match was a down. It was a waste of time.
It was. 100% agree.
Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy defeated Apollo and Titus O'Neil. I'll give that match a thumbs in the middle just because of what they're doing with Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt. But it's that match. Why don't you just give Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt the tag title match? We know that's what's going to happen anyway.
We know it's going to happen. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm just saying, why not just do a 4-way match instead? And I know just because this tag team eliminated, it's a waste of time. So
yeah.
So next week, so tomorrow night it's going to be Woken Matt and Bray Wyatt versus the Revival, where we know who's winning that. So, and hopefully the Revival will go to SmackDown and be better, utilized better, because that tag team division probably will be better with the Revival on it. So.
Oh yeah.
And we had 3 NXT call-ups. We had the Authors of Pain get called up, and they destroyed Beauty and the Man Beast, and they got rid of Paul Ellering because he can't travel anymore. So, let's explain.
Actually, they said that Paul Ellering came out and said that wasn't the case.
Oh, then why?
There's no reason for it, but they just said his daughter also defended him too and said that wasn't the case.
Then I have no clue why they would do that. Then
that's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. There's no point to that then.
Yeah, because that's gonna kill the Authors of Pain now. So
I know. Yeah, they lost their fucking manager. Their mouthpiece.
I also heard Vince doesn't like managers. Except
he doesn't.
So that's why they got rid of him. What happens to Paul Ellering? I'm assuming he'll just because there's nothing for him now. So
yeah, he might manage a team, a new team, maybe down in NXT or something, whatever.
Yeah,
a monster heel team or whatever.
But the Authors
of Pain works better like that with monster heels.
Yeah, but the Authors of Pain are screwed now. So
they're not built up like the Ascension.
Yeah.
For them.
No Way Jose got caught up and he defeated some job. I don't even remember his name. He probably.
What the fuck? I forget his name also, too. I thought I had it for a second.
I thought it was Kurt Hawkins, but it wasn't Kurt Hawkins. But No Way Jose, though, is probably going to be dead within a month because just because they're going to.
This gimmick reeks of Adam Rose.
Yeah. Especially now because they fucking even put the entourages or something with them. So
yeah, they give him the rosebuds in a way.
Yeah. So which he wasn't that gimmick originally. So he probably would have been better off on SmackDown than
he did a Congo line.
Yeah. We never had that in NXT.
Yeah. Just fucking weird why they did it now.
Yeah. So he's fucked. So he's fucked. Who else got called up? Oh, Ember Moon.
Yeah. Nia Jackson hit the Eclipse for the victory, and she fucking beat the shit out of Alexa Bliss.
which was strange that Alexa ate the fall and not Mickey. But
Yeah.
um, but overall, those were some good call ups. No Way Jose kind of surprised me in a way, but it makes sense because he really hasn't been on NXT all that much. So, I think what's going on is they called up like they didn't want to call up somebody like Aleister Black, Almas, or like EC3 or Adam Cole because NXT would be like dead if they called right now. So
just like the women's division.
Yeah, so I think the call ups were actually some good call, and I think because the Superstar shakeups next week, maybe they're saving like a big NXT call up from there. So
might be like McIntyre or like Almas.
Yeah, but I like the NXT call ups. Lashley returned too. He beat the shit out of Elias.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
I hate his theme song, but it was still cool. What else? Seth Rollins came out and talked about winning the Intercontinental Championship, and Prince Devitt came out and said he wanted his rematch. Oh, no, he said he wanted a match with Seth Rollins, and The Miz came out and cut a great promo talking about how his wife and child and him cried that he lost the Intercontinental Championship. It was a great promo, and Seth Rollins then said he cried because The Miz he has to wrestle The Miz again. And this was weird. So they're building up 2 pay-per-views at once. The Miz invoking his rematch clause at Backlash.
And then Jeff Hardy returned.
Yeah, that was great. And it leads to a 6-man tag later on in the show. We'll get into that later on. Then, who else returned on this show? I don't think anybody else.
Instead of like returns.
Yeah, I think that's it for returns. Then they did a segment backstage with Jeff Hardy, Matt, and Bray Wyatt, where they kind of went back to the TNA gimmick with the Broken Hardys and referenced Brother Nero, and I thought that was great. And then Prince Devitt and Seth Rollins were like, "What the hell was that?" And Jeff Hardy really didn't respond.
That was great. Like he's like, I think Jeff was like, You've rendered Sister Abigail obsolete.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love that fucking team.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on with because I feel like one of the Hardys is going to SmackDown because of the shakeup. And I think it might be Jeff. So
I mean, I don't think they break up the Hardys like just yet. With like they just bring back Jeff and like the whole Brother Nero thing too. Also,
yeah, because why would they have done that segment if they were just going to put him on SmackDown?
Yeah.
So, then what? Yeah, but then Kurt Angle was backstage, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come up and beg him for a job, and Kurt Angle says, "Well, I'm not really looking for any tag team divisions, but I hear TNA is hiring." That was awesome.
Fucking everyone in the crowd went, "Oh!"
And TNA has had the greatest reaction to it because they're like, they finally referenced us. Did you ever see? I don't know if you saw it, but did you see Austin Aries' reaction to it too?
I read that he reacted. I don't think I saw the.
Yeah. He like said like he was being like a smartass about it, talking about how it's better to be in TNA than WWE or something.
That's stupid. No, it's not.
Because he talked about how he
gets remotely close.
He talked about how like now he gets to. I don't know if I can find. Let me see if I. Oh, it might be in the other chat that's gone. But yeah, that was. But that was a great. The because I think what's happening now is they can use some TNA footage because
they are using it for the Hardys, I think.
Yeah. So
the Hardys, the Hardys are having an upcoming DVD, and they're using TNA stuff. That's what they got along with the Broken gimmick was like a lot of the TNA. Like everything from TNA.
And the WWE 24th thing they have coming too is gonna have like they were talking about like that Victory Road match that Jeff Hardy had. So
oh yeah, that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. And it's gonna be kind of odd in a sense too. Because I guess they technically can use the TNA because that's not the name of that company anymore. So that's cool. And they have Jeff Jarrett there now too. So, but Kurt Angle then says, though, that they're going to face each other in a match, and because he says he can only hire one of them, so Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fight over which one gets the job. So Kurt Angle says that they're going to fight each other and whoever wins gets a contract on Raw. Well, they did the whole gimmick where both guys couldn't get to their feet, which was weird because they don't ever do that as a finish. I figured that was gonna be the finish, so I actually like that was the finish.
Yeah.
So I think the whole storyline is gonna be is that they're gonna continue with the storyline. I think they are gonna go to Raw because they really can't go back to SmackDown because the storylines kind of run out on SmackDown now. So.
Yeah, it's kind of over now.
A lot of people are saying that it would be cool if they went to NXT. Like they were that desperate for a job. That actually would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool, but NXT's already taped in advance already.
Yeah, so that wouldn't really work. Like it'd be cool. It'd be cool, like if they like jumped like the Undisputed Era or Adam or like fuck. I just said Adam Cole. I meant to say Aleister Black.
It jumped the NXT Heavyweight Champion Adam Cole.
Hey, he does have 2 championships and a trophy, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I would like them to do like a match in like the Indies where they're out Kevin Steen and El Generico. That would be awesome.
I know, yeah, that'd be great.
Then we had the main event. I actually was kind of disappointed with like the ending of the show because I expected like something big to happen, and then it was just a regular 6-man tag where Jeff Hardy defeated.
Yeah.
No, Seth Rollins defeated like the Miz with the stomp. It was just like, and then like nothing really happened. It was just like, okay.
And then they all hit their finishes on all 3 guys.
It was fucking murdered them. Yeah. Overall, Raw was a great show though. This was probably the best Raw of the year, just behind Raw 25. So, yeah, that was a great Raw. SmackDown I thought was a bit disappointing because they only had 1 NXT call up. With the Iconics, I guess they're called now. And
the Iconics.
They beat up Charlotte Flair, and then Carmella cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh no, contract. And
cash in that briefcase.
It's a contract.
I don't want this briefcase anymore. Take it.
Yep. And
I don't want the contract either.
Carmella hit like a big boot. That cash in was probably that cash in fell flat because of the referee didn't even know what he was doing, and I don't know.
It took 12 minutes.
Yeah.
From beginning to end.
12 and it's
minutes of my life that I can't get back.
Like we talked about too. Why would they do that finish at WrestleMania if this was what they were going to do to follow up the Charlotte Flair beating the streak thing? It just was. It was dumb.
It was stupid.
And who the fuck? That just kind of made the attack pointless because the Iconics you would have thought were going to feud with Charlotte Flair for the championship. But now, what happens to the Iconics now? They feud with fucking. I guess they're gonna feud with lunch and napkin now.
I guess so.
They're gonna feud with lunch and a napkin. Isn't that great?
They're gonna feud with their lunch and a singular napkin.
All right. Overall, though, we forgot to fucking cover one thing on Raw, and I can't believe we forgot. There was one thing we forgot. So Mandy Rose defeated Sasha Banks in a nothing match. But you want to talk about why this match is important?
I already forgot. What the fuck? Is it because Bayley?
No, it's what happened with Paige afterwards.
Oh, Paige retired.
Well, officially, it's official now. Anyway.
Yeah, officially retired. And we forgot to say too, she's also the fucking new GM of SmackDown.
And I like too how she became the new GM, and there was speculation she wasn't going to be around for a while and stuff, and. Then she was the fucking GM the next day. It was that was cool. Because Daniel Bryan resigned as GM because he's a full-time wrestler again. That's great.
That's fucking fantastic.
And that kind of now the question I do have is now does that put to rest the storyline now between Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon because
I think it does.
Yeah, I mean, do they really need to do a match? I mean, now there's no reason for it.
Because they're both faces, and now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that face-face dynamic.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool, Paige is the GM of SmackDown. It's kind of weird, though, because she does a lot of stories on her Instagram about partying and stuff, and I'm like, you really shouldn't be doing that if you're the GM of SmackDown, so.
Nakamura had the interview with Renee Young to explain his actions. And
at first he says
he said he was sorry.
Yep.
And then but he winked, and that Renee was like, stop being disingenuous. And then
And she wanted like a real explanation.
He wanted a real explanation. And then Nakamura with the quote of the fucking year so far was, "Sorry, I don't speak English." In perfect English. I was laughing so fucking hard. That was fantastic.
I was laughing so hard. You're gonna hear them if you go with my live reactions and watch it. I fucking was babysitting my mom's dog that night, and I fucking scared the dog.
That was fucking great.
Yeah,
that was fucking hysterical.
And then Daniel Bryan wrestled AJ Styles. This was Daniel Bryan's first singles televised match. And I don't even know how long. I don't even remember the last match it was.
About 3 years, I think.
Yeah, and
it was a tag team match.
I was questioning
like he didn't fucking do anything in the match.
Yeah, I was questioning like why they gave away this match for free on TV, but then I was thinking about it. One, they probably wanted somebody safe out there to wrestle Daniel Bryan, and AJ Styles made perfect sense. And two, that does kind of put the superstar shake-up and build that up, saying you possibly could never get this match for like almost a year or so.
Yeah.
Which I hope doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling the WWE is going to do that. They're going to fucking put Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns on the same show. And that's going to fucking be a dumbass thing to do if they do that.
Yeah.
Especially
it was already fucked up one time before.
And you talk about, too, how Roman Reigns gets over in these small arenas. If they're on the same show, that's not going to happen.
No. It's going to be 100% Daniel Bryan. But anyways, the match is fantastic.
Yeah.
Great match. Great closer to the show.
Nakamura
came out, and Kinshasa had both of them, and he low blowed AJ twice. I have a feeling that he likes to touch his dick now, because he low blowed him at WrestleMania and he low blowed him fucking twice in a row on SmackDown. I'll laugh hysterically if that's his new thing.
Yeah.
If he just goes around low blowing AJ all the time.
And I thought, him interrupting this match, that got him over as a heel even more now too.
Oh yeah,
because everyone wants to see this match. It's like a dream match, and he interrupted a dream match. So,
and apparently, at Backlash, I think there's like a poster flying around that has a triple threat match between AJ, Nakamura, and Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Apparently Vince is really, 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 really high on Baron Corbin still.
Again?
Yep, he's another one of those Vince guys.
Damn it! Go away! The only thing that's good about him is his theme song, and that's not even him.
Hey, he's a big man.
Fucking.
He's big.
Actually, you know what the funny thing is? I think just fucking go to Raw and leave everyone alone.
Just leave everybody alone. You're a bully. Leave everyone alone.
Fucking the real triple threat match should be Bryan, Nakamura, and AJ. Fuck this Baron Corbin bullshit. If you really were fucking high on him, you fucking wouldn't have been in the Andre the Giant pre-show.
They love it.
Go away! He blew his chances. We're gonna get kicked off again.
Hello, police?
Police. And anyhow, other things that happened on SmackDown is, so let's do this rant. They fucking forgot that people get rematches for championships. Even though
because the Usos and the New Day fought for the number one contendership, apparently.
Well, this was fire Road Dogg for that shit. He forgets about rematch clauses, apparently.
He forgets about everything.
Well, so
the Usos I don't even think he even knows he exists.
It was even more confusing because one match was for a title match at Greatest Royal Rumble, but the other match was for fucking a title match at Backlash. It's like, what?
It's a clusterfuck.
Fucking fire Road Dogg, man. He do something else.
Drugs.
Not drugs, but fucking be a trainer in NXT or something. But yeah, Usos beat New Day. it's getting to the point where I'm sick of seeing Usos versus New Day. We see that match like 3 million times a year. So
Yeah.
I hopefully
One
one
of
of
them. I think it's gonna be the. I think New Day are going to Raw now.
yeah. Even though I would say the Usos need to go to Raw. They need to change, but it's probably gonna be New Day goes to Raw. Because they can't have the Usos who are on Raw as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Then everything's gonna get all messed up.
Yeah.
And then the Bludgeon Brothers came off and had like a face off with them, and it was cool. And then Randy Orton defeated Bob Roode and Rusev. And Jinder Mahal is trying to cancel Rusev Day, and for some odd reason, Corey Graves is all for it, even though he loved Rusev Day like 3 weeks ago. So
yep, can't have that.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal sucks. We have to see fucking Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal again, and I guess this end storyline makes sense because Backlash is at the same event where Jinder Mahal won his first WWE Championship against Randy Orton. But I know it makes sense, but I still don't want it anyway. So
I don't want it ever.
The Punjabi prison match apparently wasn't enough. Watch, they're gonna do like a Punjabi.
It wasn't enough torture.
Yeah, we got to see the match again. Did they have like a match on SmackDown like right after?
How inept Randy Orton is in a cage match.
Huh?
It wasn't enough to show how inept Randy Orton was in a cage match.
Watch, they'll have like a cage match at like Backlash, and they'll do the same thing where like Randy Orton asks for the door to be open, and the Jinder Mahal will like, and he'll go for the RKO again, and Jinder Mahal will counter it and escape through the door, and Randy Orton's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, Randy Orton got screwed," and he really didn't get screwed.
I fucking hate that match so much. The burning passion. He had 5 chances to leave the cage and refused to do it all 5 times.
I still love how
the cage, the last door, decides that he wants to taunt, and it didn't work, and then he gets locked out. So he climbs over the top of the cage, goes onto the outer layer of the cage, and is at the top of the cage. Climbs down the cage to hit Jinder Mahal. Hit him. Climb out, you stupid idiot. Climb out of the cage, and you win. And then, when Kali came out, he just stood there in shock. It took Kali 15,000 years to walk down the fucking ramp. You could have been fucking out of the cage, back into the locker room, showered, got in your car, and left by the time that Kali got to the cage. Fuck, I hate that match.
Oh my god. There's a reason we voted that match one of the worst match of the year.
It fucking was horrible. Horrible. The House of Whores. It was the house with a lot of whores in it was better than that. That was shit.
Compared to that match, the House of Horrors is like a 5-star match.
By default.
All right. What were we talking? Oh yeah, we were talking about. So yeah, Backlash. We're gonna get Jinder. So who does Jinder Mahal face at Greatest Royal Rumble ever? Who does he face then? Does he face
himself?
All right. What else happened on SmackDown that I remember? I think that's it.
That's it. There's not really anything else that's noticeable. We cover pretty much everything.
All right. 205 Live. Kalisto defeated Akira Tozawa in a really good match. The Brian Kendrick return. He's going to be in a tag team with Gentleman Jack Gallagher, and they're going to have like a tag match where they'll probably face like 2 jobbers and destroy them. And then who else fucking... Oh, Drew Gulak defeated Mark Andrews in a really good match, and then they had Cedric Alexander's celebration for the Cruiserweight Championship, and Buddy Murphy came out and laid him out, and for some odd reason, they're going to go with fucking him getting a Cruiserweight title match, even though he doesn't fucking deserve it.
Can't believe that.
He gets the title match over Drew Gulak. He deserves the title match more. I forgot to mention Gulak. They're setting up a feud between Drew Gulak and Tony Nese.
Oh, your best friend.
Hey, I like. He's okay now. He's fucking better than Buddy Murphy.
Fuck him.
I would say 205 Live was still good. I think what hurt the show for me was it was like the 5th wrestling show I had to watch in fucking a day, and No, fucking like it was like I think the crowd was just burnt out by the time they got to 205 Live. I think they were just ready for the wrestling week to be over. So
Oh yeah,
you could tell that from my live reactions when I go when I have it. But I think that's why like 205 Live wasn't. It was still really good, but wasn't as good as it has been most week. I think you could definitely see that the crowd was burnt out, and maybe the writers were burnt out by that point too. So, um, and then I didn't really watch it because I didn't get a chance to. But the Andre the Giant documentary was incredible.
oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of the. It just shows you like a lot of the stuff that everyone already knew
Yeah,
about Andre, but just it kind of gave you a perspective of like what he went through
yeah.
and just
Like I was expecting them to go. I didn't expect him to go like this was mainly like about his personal life more than his career. So
yeah.
they talked about like how he was signed to wrestling. Um, Dave Meltzer made an appearance too, which I kind of was.
Meltzer did too, yeah.
And I texted you that that wasn't a credible source, but he was still there.
And it's a little a known fact, but like a little known fact, but his nickname was Boss,
Yeah,
and that's what everyone called him. So, like that was his like in ring nickname was like Boss or the Boss.
yeah,
That's what no one ever called him Andre. They always called him Boss, and
yeah.
everyone loved him. Like
And he was pretty much like the locker room leader before Undertaker was the locker room.
yeah,
Like he talked about if Andre didn't like you, he was gonna fucking murder you. He talked about Hulk Hogan, talked about how he tried to murder the Iron Sheik, and how he hated Macho Man Randy Savage.
If Andre didn't like you, you're fucking dead to him.
Yeah.
But I thought the documentary was fantastic. I mean, there was a couple of sad parts.
Yeah.
Like when they were talking about like his acromegaly and everything, and how
people kind of looked at him out like how he was never able to really be like he always had
be comfortable.
Yeah. How everyone always wanted to take a picture with him and he never because one of the who was that referee that like they did a segment with to try to kill him?
Tim White.
Yeah, Tim White made a lot.
He was like his handler, and they were like the best of friends.
Yeah. And yeah, they went through like everything. I did like too how Vince McMahon took a shot at Dave Meltzer talking about the WrestleMania 3 attendance.
Oh yeah.
That was great. The only thing I didn't like about this documentary was they didn't really need to go through like the history of Hulkamania and stuff. Because that was just
it was a little too much Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I didn't think they did that because they wanted to talk about the WrestleMania 3 match, but did you really need to go through the history of Hulk Hogan? Everyone knows the history of Hulk Hogan. So
I know, yeah. I thought it was just a little bit too much Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. But, I feel like Meltzer should have made more of an appearance than he did too.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was still a great documentary though.
And they even talked about like how he bought like this cabin in North Carolina or something.
He bought a ranch in North Carolina.
Yeah.
That he one of his closest friends, also a wrestler known as Frenchie Martin, took care of it for him.
Yep. And they even talked, and then his death was really sad too. Like,
oh, that was like that almost like I almost cried.
Yeah. At
that point, that was tragic. What happened to him?
Like his father was like on his deathbed around that point.
His father passed away like days before he did.
Yeah.
Like he went back to France because his dad passed away, and he went to a hotel, and he never woke up they couldn't get in touch with him, and he ended up passing away. And
I like to
basically alone, which was very sad. Died of heart failure, which is just awful.
They even talked about pretty much how the WrestleMania 3 match was like this year's main event at WrestleMania, where Hulk Hogan had no clue that he was going to win the match pretty much. Like, Andre left it a surprise for him. And Andre kind of like was acting like he didn't like Hulk Hogan, so Hogan was worried that he wasn't going to put him over. So.
Oh yeah, the thing with Boss was he called everything in the ring.
Yeah.
He called everything in the ring, and
It is kind of sad though. They pretty much too talked about how that match with Hogan was like his last hurrah because it was just a further. That was just pretty
yeah,
much a decline afterwards.
his acromegaly took over at that point, and it just he
It's
never had
great.
surgery on it.
He did have some surgery though for that match because he was gonna die like
Yeah.
years earlier.
He actually had a back brace on
Yeah,
because he was in such bad shape and such bad condition. It's just
and
once
a
you
lot
like
of
once you like read up on him and everything, and like you watch the documentary, it's like
yeah,
the constant pain he was in.
yeah,
That's why they said that's like one of the reasons why he said he drank so much, is because he was in so much pain. And I couldn't like, I kind of like agree with that. Like, if
yeah,
I was in that much pain, I'd be drinking a shit ton
yeah. No,
to dull the pain.
and you could see like Vince McMahon was legitimately sad. Like the HBO guys asked him a question like, "Did his death take as much of an effect on you, like a big effect on you as versus other deaths?" And Vince was speechless after that.
Yeah, he couldn't. He didn't have any reaction because it did. He
Yeah,
meant a lot to the McMahon family in general. There's a lot of pictures of floating around of like little Stephanie when she was like a little kid, like with Andre. Like,
yeah.
he was really close with Andre also too.
They even talked about like he was in such bad shape. Like one of the movies he was going for, he couldn't do anything like any physicality really. It was
I
tough.
think it's The Princess Bride.
Yeah, like they had to like have the princess. I forget her name off the top of my head because I didn't write it down. Like be placed on like wires and stuff, and
Yeah, because he was in such rough shape then.
it's just crazy to
It's really really sad what
yeah,
was happening with Andre, and just sometimes you just wish that that didn't happen to him.
yeah. He
Like it
even talked
just
about how upset he was. He wasn't part of what like him and Vince got into like an altercation, like willingly in good terms because he couldn't be a part of wrestling anymore. So
yeah, it's just like he's such a I personally love Andre.
yeah,
He's such a larger than life figure, and it's just so sad what happened to him. And
definitely.
it's just had he didn't want to have the surgery because he felt that it would alter his appearance, so he risked his life for wrestling,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
yeah, he was. So that documentary is definitely worth checking out.
100%, I give that a thumbs up.
Yeah. I feel like we should have talked about the superstar shakeup stuff first before we just talked about that, but I guess that's just hindsight. But we'll
Kind of
just
forgot about it.
yeah. Who do you think? So what shakeup is going to happen? Like, who do you think is going to go where? Um, I feel like we should. I feel like it's tough to really. I expect
It's tough to predict because you don't know.
because last year we didn't expect that Ambrose was going to go to Raw last year because he was in a feud on SmackDown and then they ended that feud. So
Yeah,
um,
I don't even know. Like AJ.
yeah, that's tough to even say too though because
Yeah,
he's feuded with Nakamura right now. So
I don't know. New Day, kind of probably like the one like
yeah,
probable.
I see. I definitely see Daniel Bryan and The Miz being on the same show now though because he could
Yeah,
wrestle.
whether Miz goes to, I think Brian will go to Raw, if anything, because Miz still has his contractual rematch.
It's just so weird because it's so tough to tell though because then they could do something like even if they have The Miz go to Raw, even because they could still do something where like The Miz can still go to SmackDown and they could do that thing they did with Jericho and Owens last year where Jericho won the U.S. title and went to SmackDown, which meant nothing now. So
Yeah, that's
because that
true.
was like his last matches he had before he went to New Japan and did his tour and everything. So I could see like I definitely think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now they're trying to say like they can't really be picked as a shakeup now because they're not on the roster, but I could still see them being picked somehow.
Yeah,
because
they're
there's
free agents.
yeah. Um, I see. Who else do I? So obviously I don't expect like the recent NXT call ups and stuff to go to switch because they just got called up. So
Yeah,
But I was gonna say the Bar originally goes to SmackDown, but they're competing for the Raw tag team titles. And yeah, I don't know. It's tough to really predict with this. I personally think they should just do away with the brand split now, since all the pay-per-views are double branded now. But
Yeah.
I expect the brand split to go away next year, because especially with this double branded pay-per-views, there's really no point to it now. Especially like when they try at Survivor Series to do Raw versus SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Feel special because it's like, well, why didn't you just do Raw versus SmackDown all along? So, it's weird. Because now the brand split's going to get all types of fucked up now that the pay-per-views are double branded. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know what happens with this superstar shakeup. I could definitely see like the commentators switching. Like, I was gonna say Graves go to SmackDown, but he's already on both shows. But
he's already
maybe like maybe Michael Cole goes to SmackDown and Tom Phillips goes to Raw. But I don't really want to see that happen because I just want. How about Tom Phillips gets off TV forever and never comes back? How about that?
Thomas?
Yeah.
You don't want Thomas there anymore?
You don't want him there. Don't even try to pull that bullshit.
You don't want the greatest commentator in the history of professional wrestling, Tom Phillips, there?
How about we have Mo and Alo take his place?
Just so we could get yelled at by Vince on commentary again?
How about he gets yelled at by you on commentary?
Okay, I'll take that.
All right, but yeah, the superstar shakeup. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, they can't really project anything.
Yeah, I mean, we could say they could have like Vince McMahon go to SmackDown.
Or Mr. Kennedy.
Can you imagine that? Imagine they draft Ric Flair.
That'd be fucking weird.
Imagine they draft someone from The Walking Dead to like SmackDown or Raw.
Like, you're here now.
And they can't go do Walking Dead. It's like, you're fucking stuck here. You're staying here.
You're the contract.
You can't do any TV shows now. And they're like, but we didn't sign a contract. What's this? And it's like not even their signature.
It's just a fucking fake name. This is yours.
That's your name now. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because I think we covered everything. So
yeah, we covered everything.
Yeah, you don't have any plugs, so you could say something before you leave.
Meow.
All right, so this is our new show now. Brand new show. Hopefully this doesn't get canceled and they can last forever. No promises though, because hey, we got through. The cops didn't. We got through it without the cops. I don't see any cops. Do you have any cops over there?
No, we made it.
We made it through. So now let's. So we're gonna say this on camera now. Who do you think is more likely to do their perspective on these shows, John or Steve?
Steve.
Yep, I think Steve. I'm so scared to give him the password to this channel. Guys, if you see some weird videos come on this channel, I apologize. It's gonna be a scary time for this channel with Steve.
Horrifying.
I feel like we're gonna see like Steve do like Wyatt family promos and so it's not my fault. So yeah, let's just end this off. I still gotta do the 300 subscriber shout out video. Oh, we forgot to talk about one thing. Samoa Joe's return.
Oh yeah.
He returned and fucking ripped Roman Reigns a new one on the mic. He fucking owned him.
Destroyed him.
And I guess they're having a match at Backlash. So what's going on? Like, I guess they're gonna build up two shows at once. The greatest
one. Making matches.
Hey, maybe Kurt Angle approved of the match before he went out there. You don't know that.
I do know that. I have an inside source.
What are you, Dave Meltzer now?
Yeah.
I don't know how. You're not a credible source then.
Exactly. I'm not a credible source.
I mean, you didn't give New Day versus Usos a 5-star match at Hell in a Cell.
I did.
Anyhow, subscribe to this channel for more content. We'll be back on Thursday. I will be here Thursday now. Plans have changed.
Right.
Huh?
All right. Yay.
And you'll be here Thursday. John might be here Thursday. Steve might be here Thursday. We might have somebody else here Thursday. We could have a certain someone else that maybe has finally changed his ways. We'll see. Yeah, but also subscribe to the Owen the Talkinator channel for the Walking Dead reviews and all that other stuff.
Hit the bell icon.
That way, I bet you're getting a lot of bell icons that says Walking Dead review this season, episode that. And I bet you wish you were dead after getting those notifications.
And I was walking.
Well, you're not falling?
Nope, I'm the Walking Dead.
I see. Walking. Maybe you're the one that knows maybe you need to go to these people in the Walking Dead and tell them the cure, but then you'll get murdered.
I'm gonna grow up.
Yeah, you gotta grow up, man. Maybe it's all like a vision, but anyhow, that's a different video on a different channel we can talk about. CM Brothers, check that out. We're gonna do the game and stuff on there that is on a very slow hiatus right now that never really took off. So
had a bit of a launch, but we're in the midst of school right now, so it's gonna be it's a little trickier for us.
And we can't do it at school. We can't even do it at school now. So yeah, can't do any videos at school.
Yeah.
Can't avoid people. You can't avoid people at school anymore.
I can.
Yeah. Congratulations. No videos at school. No nothing.
No me at school.
Yep. No Steve. Well, maybe Steve at school, but Steve can't do videos at school. It's going to be even harder now for Steve and John to do the show.
Technically not really, because we can do it this way.
Yeah, but how often that was like Steve's day to do the show was on those Fridays. And he can't do it at school because it's not happening at school. School's off limits now.
It's off limits.
And it's not our fault. It's his fault. He's been Chris Benoit again.
He's Chris Benoit. He's Mr. Wah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.